Welcome everybody to Empty Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is your friend Mr. BDA, and alongside with me as always my co-host, the one, the only King, Bucho. King, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Fellas, we've got a beginning of the year here, starting out with a bang. As soon as it starts out, we got a relatively big fight. Speaking, it's not exactly world class, or it remains to be seen, but listen, I'm looking at the internet here, the stats. I spoke to the BDA board of directors and the ads department and the marketing department, and they like what they are seeing when it comes to Ryan Garcia. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about whether Ryan Garcia is the goods. He has to prove it tomorrow. It's an open phone lines show, by the way. Open phone lines Friday, meaning open phone lines. It's your show, and we're going to be posting a StreamYard link as well in order to get people going. Shout out to everybody out there. We're very excited about tomorrow's fight. Let me tell you something. Before we get down to that subject and to the fun, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know what to do. If you want to keep the gravy train rolling, you can certainly do so by donating via the Super Chat during the show. You can also donate via the Patreon or PayPal page. Links in the description, I believe. But the most important thing is that you continue to support the show with your support, your personal support. Just continue to listen, continue to hit the thumbs up button, subscribing if you haven't already, and spreading the BDA gospel. Don't forget, we also got the merch store, the BDA merchandise store. It's been designed by the finest homosexual Italian designers out there, fashion designers, that is. And they're going to be making sure that you get all the quality products that you need. So go check it out. The link's in the description as well, I believe. So go check that out. Let's give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. DJ N1, Ignorant Boxing, Cthulhu Sees You, Kid Top Skull, 8 Moody, Ignorant Boxing, Cerny Banders, Logan, Black Lomachenko, Wayne Hennessy, Hesley M, Hendo 79, Padja, Tin Aravind, Paper Tiger, Elias Tufexis, Big Dan, shout out to Big Dan, Extra Game F, and many more to come, I am sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Shout out to Triple JJJ, who just dropped by as well, and OG Boogie, that is G Boogie. Says, so Mr. BDA, Ryan Garcia was the fashion designer you talk about? No, I said Italian. And by the way, I'm no longer so sure that Ryan Garcia is a poof. I'm only kidding around with that. Over here, BDA Boxing, we're open to all sexual orientations, all religions, except the Irish. Well, we're a little iffy about the Irish over here. They come to our country, they want to take our jobs. They're begging for a bowl of soup. Why don't you go beg for a bowl of soup for the Pope? Huh? Sitting there in the Vatican, his throne made of gold with a bunch of... Anyway, Pucho, I don't want to go into an anti-Vatican rant here. Listen, open phone lines, like I said, they already opened. The phone line's right there in the description. In fact, it's on the screen as well right now. Just activated it. So call in. And the StreamYard link, I'm going to be posting it now. Let's get to it, fellas. This is your show. We want to hear from you. We want to hear who you think wins tomorrow's fight. Do you think Garcia's overrated? Do you think he's the goods? Do you think he can get something done with the Reynosos? Can they turn him into a world-class and very hard-to-beat fighter? These are the type of things we want to hear from you, fellas, all right? So, Bucho, let me start with you, man. I don't know about you, man, but you're more on Facebook and Twitter than I am. Have you seen what's going on about this fight, what people are saying? And if so, are you surprised at how much activity it's gaining?
Yeah, I think Ryan Garcia does have a big following. I mean, we following on social media. Right. But the question was, will that translate into them watching his boxing fights? Or is it just a bunch of girls following the guy and gay guys? Apparently, they will watch the fight, from what it appears. So, I'm not very surprised, though. I'm not very surprised. He apparently is very popular with these people, and he's bringing them into boxing. It reminds me of Oscar de la Hoya. Remember, there were a bunch of women in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to the fight. So I think it's going to be the same thing with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that's the thing we gotta explain here. There is going to be a crowd. There will be a crowd. Of course, they're gonna probably space them out and limited crowd and all that. But there is a crowd. So there should be some interesting things going on there in regards to the fan base. And you're right. I mean, listen, this type of fan base that he has, he's from what I can see, he's grown it organically, meaning it's not like they started pushing him on television and all that. He did it all by himself, from what I understand, on the net. And he became and he was a fighter, and so he started getting momentum with that, and that's when the promoters took notice. But it's not like they paid for him on the internet, to have spots on the internet for him, or whatever that might be. He actually grew this himself, and this is the type of following. The type of following he has is a type of fan base that these promoters salivate over. It can be manufactured to a certain extent, but it cannot be just create out of nothing. You can't sell something. This ain't the music industry. This is boxing. It's a whole other demographic. But and speaking of boxing, look, like I said, this ain't necessarily variety or whatever. This is boxing. So at the end of the day, what matters is whether you can fight, because you can only promote a guy for so long before the ring finds him out. The ring can be a very lonely place out there, man. And if you can't fight worth a damn, eventually somebody's going to come out there and expose you. Could be a mid-level contender, could be a journeyman, could be a tomato can. You never know. But he's going to get it up. By the way, Bucho, why are so many people asking if they're fighting today? What's
I have no fucking idea. I mean, some people are claiming that Google is saying that the fight's taking place tonight. And it's not. It's taking place. When we had the weigh-in today. And then other people in the chat tell these other guys, like, no, listen, the fight's tomorrow. And they still don't get it. I don't know what the hell's going on. Guys, you can't have the weigh-in today and then have the fight at the same day. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this is not 1977, man. Speaking of the 70s, we got Gonzalo on the Discord. Gonzalo, are you there?
Hey, what's up, BDA and Bucho?
Hey, Gonzalo, I wanted to ask you something. You posted something real quick on the Discord about Canelo, buying Chivas, the soccer team. And then you said that it's actually from Dia de los Inocentes, meaning the Day of the Innocents, which is sort of like the April Fools. So is that confirmed that it was a joke, or did he really buy the team?
I'm pretty sure it's just a joke. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure.
That team is expensive. I don't think Canelo. He maybe will buy with somebody else, but no, it's not possible for him to buy that team.
Yeah,
it said on the subtitles there that in Spanish it said that he bought it for $250 million. For one, I don't think he got that money.
That's right.
And if he does, well, it just kept saying that it's Happy Day of the Innocent. So
that club is right there. Anyways, they never win. So.
Is it? It's not exactly America, right?
No, it's a historical one, but they haven't won anything in a long time.
What's the one that's always winning? It's America and Cruz Azul? No, not Cruz Azul. Which one?
No.
Tigres,
yes. Tigres.
Pretty good. Monterrey used to be up there.
That's right.
They're like Manchester City. They're just a bunch of money thrown into those teams.
Shout out to everybody in the chat room. All Boxing Freedom Talk and News says happy birthday. I mean, Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody out there, too. And by the way, listen, this is your show, fellas, so call in, StreamYard link. I keep posting it there. I think is it in the description, Bucho? If not, you can put it there, man, so that people start joining in. But I want to ask, because this is also a bit of a pre-fight show, Gonzalo, the ring finds everybody out, whether they have it or they don't, whether they got a big promotional company and a lot of advertisements, whatever. What do you think about Ryan Garcia? Is he all hype? Or can he actually do something in there? Can the Reynosos improve on his talent, which he does have, hand speed and power and explosiveness? What's your assessment of Ryan Garcia?
I mean, he's a fast guy, but I mean, also you can say that everybody that's young, around his age and his build, because he's skinny, so he's gonna obviously. And he started boxing at an early age, so he's developed some sort of pedigree. Where he can fight from the outside and throw, that lead left hook. He appears to have heavy hands, but we'll have to find out if he's really the goods. Because Oscar De La Hoya mentioned something that I thought was really interesting, that he would really be impressed if he got the KO like in the latter part, where going into deep waters, because he's been able to spark out guys early, which is impressive. If you keep doing that, obviously you get a lot of early knockouts. I mean, that obviously that's sign that you're good. Mm-hmm. But when you get taken into deep waters like he did against Carlos Morales and he got hurt, but like in that fight he never regained the control. He lost like the last 3. But if he's able to like somewhat, because eventually he's gonna get put in there tough, where that's gonna have to be the situation that he encounters. where he's gonna have to show us his medal. So if he can do that at some point and really get the KO late, like Oscar De La Hoya was alluding to,
Hmm.
yeah, that'll show us. That'll show us. And as far as his personality, they compare him to De La Hoya. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. But what I was just observing just recently, he seems a little arrogant. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya was corny back in the days. He always was. Remember when he put out that CD, Bucho? He was a corny dude. But this guy, I don't know, because he's got all that media attention. That he's kind of become that one guy that doesn't appreciate like the stardom because he's got too many of it. That he just seems a little too braggadocious. And I mean, he's funny sometimes, but he just kind of looked kind of lame recently.
Yeah,
When he was on
Yeah,
stage.
that's true.
that joke he did about the Campbell soup thing, like that was cringy. Just keep doing your Instagram videos. Don't try to be a stand-up comic in there. Bucho, you were gonna say?
No, just quickly, I think De La Hoya, it felt like he was a serious boxer. That yes, he was popular, and they were, he was a gold medalist and all that shit. So, but it's like he was embarking on a journey to become like a Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Mhm.
Even though I'm not, obviously he didn't become that, but that was like
Well, close to
how
it.
it felt. And with this guy, Ryan Garcia, it looks like he's like a pop star or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we don't even know he's that good yet, and he's already acting as if he's good. So I don't know. I don't like that, man.
Well, listen, we're gonna find out tomorrow. That's the great thing about it. By the way, we got Recognize on the line. Recognize, are you there?
What's up, guys? Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to
2021.
you too, man. Happy New Year to you and your family and everybody's families as well out there. Hope you're doing well and hope 2021 has big things for all of you. Big things, not big bad things. By the way, before we get to the StreamYard, I see we already got people there. We also have the people on the phone line, so let's get to them before, so we don't keep them waiting too long. Let's go to 917. You're on the air, 917.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm wishing everyone here a happy New Year, and thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. By the way, hold on. Before we continue, somebody in the StreamYard, please. I'm going to mute everybody in the StreamYard because I hear some echo there. Please turn your speakers off. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem here. All right, go ahead, caller. So yeah, happy New Year, man, and thank you for calling in. What's on your mind here in regards to the Ryan Garcia fight or whatever else you want?
Yeah, I feel like you know who I am because every time I call, right, you made this transition. What's on your mind? I like that a lot. With direct and to the point. I'm very.
What do you want me to
glad
say?
to
You
be
want me to
the
ask
first
you
on
what
the
you
call.
ate today?
Oh no, I like it. I like it. I'm usually the first one to call. I'm surprised. I actually had this number memorized. I don't even know how. Maybe that's
Yeah, what the fuck? You're old school. You're old school.
Yeah, maybe. So look, I want to ask you guys: do you guys think Ryan Garcia is good for boxing?
All right, let Recognize take that one because he just dropped.
Yeah.
Recognize, what do you think? Is Ryan Garcia good for boxing?
Yes, if like let's say he turns into this villain, this pretty boy villain, but he could really fight, and he's not like this protected hype job. He's going in there fighting tough opponents, even if he loses, but he loses in in competitive fashion. Yeah, he's really good for boxing. But if he's gonna be a protected fraud and talk shit while people, in other words, you're talking shit when you got a crowd behind you, but you don't do it when you're one on one, then yeah, he's not good. But we'll find out today. Not today, excuse me, tomorrow.
Yeah, why do people keep thinking it's today?
You know what it is?
What?
It's I think everybody thinks it's Saturday. That's why.
But what? Because it's maybe probably most people didn't work today. Not me, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a hard worker. I get the
right.
pee stains
You
to
tell
prove it. I get the pee stains on my pants to prove that I'm a workaholic.
Cocaine.
All right, so Bucho, cocaine too. Bucho, so you keep saying that you want Ryan Garcia to win because you think he's good for boxing, right? Like, could you explain that a little bit?
Yes. It's one of those things where I don't like that. Like, I want Luke Campbell to win, but at the same time, thinking about the bigger picture, it's better if Ryan Garcia wins for the sake of boxing.
Come on,
So
be
I'm
honest.
gonna be
Be honest, for the sake of this
greater
show, too,
good.
right? For the sake of this
What's
show,
that?
too, is what you say.
Huh? For the sake of but for boxing overall, for the greater good of boxing, we need people like Ryan Garcia. Unfortunately, so he needs to win. He's gonna bring a new fan base. Whether we like that fan base, that type of people or not, it's still people who are paying to watch boxing and maybe grow the sport. So Ryan must win. he must win.
Right, mostly. Well, caller, before we get to your prediction and how you think the fight's going to go, who are you rooting for in regards to your question?
I'm rooting for Ryan Garcia. I do think that the UK desperately needs a win though because they've had a lot of the top guys lost. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Ryan Garcia, so I do, I wish for him to do well.
You're a big fan of Ryan Garcia? Did you just say that?
Not a big fan, not in a fanboy type of way, as as a boxing fan type of way. That's why I said I want to see boxing grow to a mainstream appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for Ryan to have a win, I think it would catapult the sport into a better place.
It would be the first time we've got an internet superstar, because you don't become famous anymore on
That
TV.
could fight.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, that can fight exactly. Yeah, because you don't get the fame anymore on TV. Now you get it through the internet. That's where everything happens now. And it took me a little while to catch on to that. Buccio let me know that it's YouTube stars. Everyday people become famous on YouTube. I was like, what? How is that possible? So Ryan Garcia can certainly become that. Now, on to your prediction. How do you see the fight going, and who are you picking to win this fight?
The speed, just the hand speed, and to me, it's the speed differential is too much. Ryan Garcia looks very fast compared to Luke Campbell, and I think speed kills, and we're gonna have. I think Ryan will be able to hit him with combinations to a decision win. I don't think it'll be a stoppage, but I think he would, beat him.
Now, let me ask you this final question. Do you think it's going to be legit, or do you think it's going to be a close fight and the judges give Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt?
That depends on Luke Campbell's performance, right? Because we know either way, Garcia's getting the decision. If Luke Campbell holds a good account of himself and makes it so that it looks fishy, right? I think that's possible if he does, if he does a good job. But if the fight goes the way I'm predicting it to go, it's not going to look suspicious at all. The only time it's going to look suspicious is if Luke Campbell does too good of a job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. Listen, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I'm excited to see this fight. I always enjoy seeing prospects step up to the plate and see if they can score that home run. So,
do you still consider him a prospect after this fight?
No. Well, depends.
A prospect after this fight?
No, once a fighter steps in there against a legit contender, whether they win or lose, they are no longer a prospect. They become a contender themselves. And then if they continue losing, they become, whatever they become. But if they keep winning, the metamorphosis continues and we get a different type of fighter. Hopefully the chrysalis happens for Ryan Garcia, like Buccio says, and we see a superstar. But you never know, man. Anyway, listen, we're going to move on, take another phone call. But thank you for your call, and we'll catch you on the next one, all right?
All right, thank you. And I hope Ryan develops a heel persona where people pay to see him lose.
Yeah, man. That mean if he doesn't have to do it because he's so famous enough already. But you know what? I'm gonna mention some statements that he's made this past week, and I think you'll find it refreshing that he actually is playing the heel a little bit. So anyway, we'll see about that, man. All right. But thank you for your call. Catch you in the next one. Take it easy.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go on to another phone call here. Now, why won't this shut? Okay. Let's go to 612. You're on the air. 612. What's on your mind?
Hey, Happy New Year, guys. And your breakdown of the Ioka versus Tanaka was a fantastic video. Thank you for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And that was also a great fight. Ioka, I've become a fan of Ioka. That was a beautiful performance. Tanaka can learn. He has to keep his hands up first. That's the first thing he has to learn. But he's got along. He can become a 4-weight world champion pretty soon.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to.
I just read that what's his name? Ioka is thinking of, well, his manager said, so I think it was his manager said, oh, by the way, this was a great performance and he might be retiring in the future. Like that's like when the girl who gives you the ride of your life, if you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden she says, oh, and by the way, I'm moving out of town. What's the matter with you?
Oh, I might be retiring in like 5 years, brother, so catch me while you can.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, come on, man. That's just bad marketing. But anyway, yeah. So that's that Ioka Tanaka, man. That was a great fight. Hopefully, everybody saw it. And if you haven't seen it already, and you want
I
to, like,
finally got to see it. Yeah,
it was good, huh?
it was good, man. A lot of people on YouTube were talking shit. Yo, Ioka looks shook. He looks like nah, man. Nah, it
Yeah,
didn't
man.
turn out that way.
Absolutely, yeah, man. And you know, Mark from Unrivaled Boxing Talk, he was with Ioka from the beginning. He had no doubts that he was going to win. And then as soon as I finished the film analysis, I said, you know what? I think I agree with him. So, Caller, in regards to the Ryan Garcia Campbell fight, how do you see that one happening, and who are you rooting for, if at all you're rooting for anybody?
Yeah, so if Ryan Garcia doesn't stop Luke Campbell in the first 6 rounds, then I'll still consider him a hype bubble. Unless I'm rooting for Luke Campbell, but I think the problem is Luke Campbell doesn't have the dog that we say to go finish. I still feel he has talent, but he doesn't have that killer instinct. So unless he gets a couple of knockdowns against Ryan Garcia, I don't see him then giving him a decision. So if Ryan needs to impress and he needs to give a better performance than Devin Haney, he needs to stop him in the first 6 rounds. So
I agree, man.
that's what I feel. I'm rooting for Luke Campbell, but I think Ryan Garcia will get a decision.
I see. So you got those two positions there. Let's go to the StreamYard here and get people to comment on that call if you heard it. And by the way, Graham, do you have your speakers on?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. But I think you got your speakers on, so just turn them down, because otherwise we hear feedback in the background. And by the way, when I saw you, I thought you were
Is that better? Can you hear us now? Like, is that all right?
I can. Yeah, that's fine. By the way, when I saw you on the screen, because people can't see you on the YouTube, but I see you here. I thought it was Caleb Plant. What the fuck? You gotta get rid of that beard, man. People are gonna think you're Caleb Plant. That's not good. I hear he's into a life of crime, so I'm just giving you some advice. So in the StreamYard, we got Virtuoso and we got OG Boogie in the house. Fellas, thank you for joining us. I don't know if you heard the caller here, but what do you think about the fight and anything, your opinions on it? Tomorrow's fight, that is.
I think Garcia's going to spark him clean out, like about the 9th round.
Jesus.
I think it's going to be quite technical to start off with. I think for about maybe like 3-4 rounds, and then once Garcia works him out, I think Garcia's going to splatter him. Like we've seen Luke Campbell go down a couple of times, haven't we? It sparked him out. Was it Mendes or something like that?
Yeah. In the first fight, yeah.
I think he's trinity as fuck. Like Garcia will wipe him out. Like, well,
Campbell
or
never
9 rounds, I think.
Now, but let me ask the caller on the phone line something. You were talking about the power, and Graham just mentioned that Campbell's been dropped. But if you think about it, he was dropped against Mandy because he did a dumb mistake. He pivoted off to the side with his hand down. Linares dropped him on the chin. That was legit. And Lomachenko's dropped him to the body. So it's not like I think it's unfair to say he's got a bad chin, especially since he's fought guys with firepower who probably could drop a whole bunch of guys.
No. He's definitely hard as fuck. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think Garcia's power. I think he's up there with Tank. Like, definitely, he's up there with Tank. Him and Tank's going to be the fight. Like, both got proper bullet power, knockout power. Do you know what I mean?
Well, 612 on the phone line. What do you think? Like from what I said as well. Do you think that power is legit? Do you think Campbell's weak? Like, what are we looking at here? 612, are you still there? No, okay. I don't think he's there anymore. All right.
Next.
Yeah, well, okay. Don't forget, fellas, call in. The number's right there in the left-hand middle portion of your screen, 1-657-383-1147. We also got StreamYard. By the way, somebody told me on last show, that the one we did about Ioka Tanaka, somebody told me that StreamYard now, even if you have the free version, you can get 10 people in there. It's no longer
Yeah.
6, I think. So let's try it out, man. If you jump in, everybody, I'm going to put the link on the description again. And if you can't jump in via StreamYard, just call in. Numbers right there. G Boogie and Virtuoso. G Boogie, what do you think about Ryan Garcia? Is he legit? And are we going to find out tomorrow either way?
From my perspective of Ryan Garcia, I'm going to give a quick analogy of him. He has good boxing abilities. He could throw that 1-2 combination. He could throw off the hook, catch you coming in if your defense is lacking. If you keep your hand down, yeah, he could catch you with that quick left hook. But he's unproven. You know, most of the fighters that he fought, it was meant for him to win. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a true challenge. And I'm not saying that Luke Campbell is going to win. I'm hoping that he could give a challenge, because you got to understand he's the Olympic champion. So he fought other people that were quicker than him, had more power than him. Yes, he's an older man. He's 32 years of age, which that he already has his man strength come in while Ryan is growing up. But if Luke Campbell can be the aggressor and uses his knowledge and his timing can offset that quickness of Ryan Garcia, okay? And he did pretty good with, if you look at Lomachenko, when he fought Lomachenko, he did pretty good. He even hurt Lomachenko. Mm-hmm. So what he needs to do in his fight, in this fight that's coming for him, he needs to have the focus and understand that he's the experienced fighter. He's the one that got to set the traps and then corner Ryan, because Ryan don't have no cornering ability. And then when he puts him on the back foot, he's susceptible for combinations. But ultimately, I think, in my perspective, if Ryan wins, it goes to decision, it's going to go to Ryan, regardless. If Ryan can knock out Luke Campbell and show his that he's arrived and do it emphatically, then kudos to him, you know. Kudos.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that. I'm looking at the message boards and all that, and a lot of people feel that Ryan Garcia is going to win by knockout. So
I think he's going to knock him clean out, me. Like,
I think he can knock him out.
As soon as he gets fouled.
I think a lot of people don't know much about Luke Campbell.
Garcia,
I think a lot of people don't know about Luke Campbell. I think they're casuals, or they just started following the sport because of Ryan.
Yeah, I think if he knocks him out, and it's like, you know, he sparks him out clean, there's no controversy about it. I think I'll be pretty impressed if he does that, because you know, he hasn't been stopped, and he's fought pretty good competition. So
yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand why so many people, like Bucho said, they might be casuals or they might be seeing something, you know, we're missing. I can say, look, if he catches Campbell, he can certainly hurt him.
No, it can happen. I'm not saying that if you. Sorry to interrupt, but if you're saying that he's just gonna go in there and spark Luke Campbell out, then I'm gonna have to question whether you know who Luke Campbell is. But can it happen? Can at some point in the fight, can Ryan stop him at some point during the fight? Yes, he can, of course.
Yeah. Virtuoso, what do you think, man?
I think this is a huge step up fight for Ryan Garcia. You know, he hasn't been tested before. You know, we have to take that into consideration. And for Luke Campbell, I'm gonna use Thursday's fight between Tanaka and Naoka as context to what this fight serves as. Mm-hmm. Is that the veteran has to feel like disrespected, that this exalted one, this wonderkin, this phenom is out here getting all this attention, and that should spark him to outperform him. You know, yeah, Ryan Garcia has a dynamic of power and speed, but that dude has. I was floored when Mark basically called him Amir Khan, because the way he unleashes his punches and he leaves his chin open
for counters is very could be very detrimental to him.
Mhm.
But
I mean, it can.
yeah, it can happen. But the thing with Luke Campbell that holds me back from picking him to win is that his career so far has been filled with moral victories, man. Like, yeah, he loses, but like the people that support him are too focused on what he does well, but he doesn't win, you know.
It's a good point.
But
Yeah, he's always open to get hit as well. I think, and
yeah,
like, how old is he now, Luke Campbell?
he's 33, I think.
Yeah, I think he's definitely on the side. I think this could be a bit of a cash out. I think it could be a bit like, do you know the way with Cal Brook?
Well, you know what?
I think it could be similar to that, mate.
Yeah, Virtuoso makes a good point because he says, even Campbell said, I think Wednesday or today, he said, look, people always come up to him and say, oh, you did good against Lomachenko and Linares. He says, I don't want moral victories. I want to show that I am the best lightweight in the world. So I don't think he's content with just saying, oh, yeah, I went all the way with these guys and I did my best. And he wants to beat. And Ryan Garcia, right now, so far, has not proven that he's Lomachenko or Linares. That's why they're going to get in the ring in there tomorrow to see who's who. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. By the way, somebody else is asking if the fight is today.
Don't answer.
Listen, it's enough.
We're not going to answer that question anymore. This is ridiculous. Come on.
Well, yeah, it does feel like a Saturday, but just because
no, it doesn't. Stop it. That's
Stop making excuses for these people. There's a long distance call, so you better take that long distance call.
All right. Let's go to 4915. You're on the air. 4915.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you? So I just really think I think Ryan Garcia is gonna take this one, man. I mean, he's not cocky, You think he has a good head on his shoulders, but I don't know. I think he's gonna take this one. But my main question is, what do you think about Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, that's the fight they're talking about. But how do you see Garcia beating Campbell?
I just think he's too quick, man.
Uh-huh. Like, so you think he's going to catch him coming in, or you think he's going to chase him down and like stop him? Like, how
I can see that happening.
I think it's good. The first 4 or 5 rounds going to be technical as out. No, nobody's giving Garcia any credit. Everyone just thinks he's just like one left hook. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I could see that happening, man. I could see that happening. All right, the guy dropped off who called in, so let's go to another phone call, though. 409, you're on the air. 409, what's on your mind? 409, you're on the air. Going once, going twice, dropped out. All right, listen.
Not a shy caller.
But it seems like nobody's giving also Luke Campbell credit.
Right, it's not like he lost to nobodies. You know what I mean? It's like he lost 2 top guys, and he showed that he belongs in there with
somebody.
Quick
yeah,
question: Is this the first southpaw that he's ever faced, Ryan Garcia?
If it's not, then it's probably the first world class southpaw. Yeah, it's like the first world class ever.
He's definitely the tallest.
If he did, he was a bum.
He was a bum. And by the way, Gonzalo, you always say something.
Bum.
Yeah.
You always say fast is smooth. No, what? How does it go?
Slow is smooth is fast.
Right. Now, I think the tagline for this fight actually is like speed versus precision. Would it be fair to say that Garcia is also precise, not just fast?
He's precise. Yeah, he's precise because he's quick and he can line up what he's looking to, what his hands are doing. So, I mean, he's pretty accurate. He hasn't fought any southpaws, but he's been training with his brother, who is a southpaw. I mean, the kid's got a good jab, and I mean, he's been getting the training with that southpaw. Mm-hmm. One thing I want to say real quick, BDA, look, at least with Lomachenko, sorry, man, what the fuck am I thinking? Campbell, we know what he's made of. And with Ryan Garcia, he have a high ceiling, and he's got a limited potential, but there might be a kink in his armor where we don't know if he could take that punch 100%, if he's got the willpower in the later rounds. Those are the biggest questions. Yeah, he got the speed, the accuracy, but there might be something that we haven't yet seen. Although Campbell has lost, he's looked good where he scraped himself off the canvas. That we know what he's made of. What is Ryan Garcia? What's Ryan Garcia made of?
That's a good question. I have a question for everybody. Is this the best test that he can have right now? The best step up fight that Ryan Garcia can have, or is this too much for him? Or is this perfect? What do you think?
I think so.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. It's a good fight, though, on paper. It's definitely a good fight.
It's a good fight on paper, but I think Garcia is just going to. I think Garcia is too much for him, man. How old is he now, Garcia?
22.
22.
23.
22. He's just going to be too quick. He's got too much power. I think it's going to be a bit like what the Kell Brook fight was a few weeks back. I think he's done now, May. Like, to be honest,
I don't know, but based on what?
The caller saying, BDA?
Yeah.
What this caller is saying, basically, okay, look, I'm not saying it can't happen. If that does happen, what this guy is saying is this guy is just as good as Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, not Luke Campbell, excuse me. He's just as good as Teofimo Lopez. What that guy is saying, what he's expecting, I believe that he should, at the very least, think that he's as good as Teofimo, and it's a 50-50 fight between him and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean,
look, Luke Campbell has never been knocked out. Never been stopped. He's saying that this guy's going to spark him out. It's going to be just a devastating knockout. Now, that could happen. So in his mind, he thinks Ryan Garcia is so good, and maybe he is, where if you put him in his next fight against Teofimo Lopez, there's a good shot he could beat him. That's what that guy's saying, basically.
Well, listen, Garcia's been talking a lot. He says he wants all those fights. That's what he's been saying. By the way, let's go to the phone calls real quick because they're piling up here. We want to get to everybody. Let's go to 323. You're on the air. 323. What's on your mind?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, all right, for sure. Yeah, look, I'm gonna say it like this, man. Look, Garcia, he's a great fighter, man. Look, if he doesn't knock out Luke Campbell in 4 rounds, it's gonna be tough for him, man. Luke Campbell's a great fighter. He has a gold medal, man. He knows what he's doing in there. He's a tremendous boxer. He has a great jab on top, and great jab to the body. That's gonna be the special weapon for him, man.
Do you think people are making too much of his power? Because I mean, you said if he cannot come out, it's going to be tough. In his fight against Carlos, in his fight against Carlos Morales, he seemed to lose steam a little bit. Maybe it was because he was never used to going the distance, or maybe because he wasn't used to fighting at that pace. But do you think he's going to have fixed all those things for the Campbell fight?
Look, man, I think Campbell's going to go to the body early. He's going to try to go to the body early so that Garcia could, he's going to gas out in the later rounds. He's going to be so hurt to the body that's going to be Luke Campbell's game plan, man. That's going to be his game plan right there. I think that Garcia only has 4 rounds to knock this dude out and get him out of there, man, or else it's going to be a tough night for him.
What do you guys think?
Man. Garcia's got miles more energy in the tank, like, definitely.
Well, we don't know.
How many hard fights has Campbell been through now, man? Linares,
yeah, I mean,
Loma. I think he's good.
Hold on.
I think he's done, man.
One at a time.
I think it's a cash out.
Hold on. Graham, one at a time. The caller wants to reply to that. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, man, like I'm saying, Garcia's in there for a tough fight, man. He got a chance the first 4 rounds because he's going to be really sharp. He's going to be really strong the first 4 rounds, man. But after that, if Campbell finds a way to survive, man, he's going to pull it off, man, honestly.
Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead, G-Boogie.
Yeah, I respect what the caller is saying because he's giving both points for both sides of the fight and how, in his analogy of the breakdown, what Campbell should do, which is fair enough. Campbell, if he's using that right jab, he should fake high and go low to stab him in the body. But he also got to understand that coming up, he better make sure that he's covering that right hand side of his face, so he won't come in with a check with a left hook behind it. You know what I mean? Like or Ryan won't come in retaliation with
With the left hook.
a
Yeah, yeah,
left
yeah.
hook.
Yeah. To the
So
caller, can I add something to
that's
that, Chief
one
Boogie, real
good
fast?
game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's the left. No, he's a left-hander, Luke Campbell, and although that side aligns with the right side of the body, he can hit you to the liver, and he stopped guys like that before. That's his trail hand. So Luke Campbell better be careful because he's gonna throw that punch from afar. From it's not the lead hand. So if he goes to the body, he might leave him. He's tall and long. If he drops his arms too much, he's gonna get caught with that lead left hook, whether he sees it coming or not, or the
Yeah,
right
Yeah,
hand.
but
you know what?
but Gonzalo, that's why I was saying when he's doing it, he's
Early.
Luke with his jab hand, he got to throw it to the face a couple of times, and then every now and then fake it going high, go low with it. You know what I mean? Unpredictable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
When
I think
early in the
Garcia.
fight,
I
that
think
might be a
Garcia's
danger
too
to
quick.
go low.
Garcia
Sorry.
is way too quick. I think Garcia's going to box his
Yeah,
head
'cause
off,
look,
me,
man,
to be honest.
All right, let's get
First
back
four
to
rounds,
look.
Garcia's
Caller,
going to box
all
caller.
his
right.
head off,
Get to the
and
Let's
caller.
get back to the caller. Let's get
then
all right.
he's going to knock him clean out, like,
Yeah,
definitely.
let's get back to the caller, man, because we got to
Get
move on
back
with
to
the
the
calls
caller.
here. But caller, the other thing is because
Yeah,
De La
look,
Hoya
check.
says he thinks Campbell's gonna put pressure on. I think that would be a bad strategy for Campbell because he's not that type of fighter who comes. I think if he starts coming forward and
Yeah, yeah.
applying
What
pressure, he leaves himself open. But like the big question here going into this fight also is a Garcia win good for boxing? What do you think?
Honestly, a Garcia win for boxing. I mean, yeah, it's a good win, man. I mean, he's a young prospect. He's going up, and if he wants to take Davis fight, and the Lopez fight, he gotta win this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a tough fight, man. He's going up against a good fighter, man. Luke Campbell, he's a southpaw. I mean, I'm a southpaw myself. I've been boxing for years, and I know what Campbell could do, man. Campbell's gonna be throwing that straight to the body, and he's gonna throw that jab on top. That's going to be the key the whole fight. And he's going to wait on Ryan. Watch. He's going to wait on him to come in. He's going to counter Ryan the whole night.
Yeah, man. If that happens,
Ryan is a stiff fighter, man. Ryan, he's stiff. He's barely starting to get loose right now. He's training with Reynoso, with Canelo, and them. Canelo's a really loose fighter, man. I don't know if you guys seen him with Canelo. He's really loose. Like he's dancing in there. Garcia's going to have to. He can't be stiff against. He can't be stiff against Campbell, man. Campbell's going to. He's there. He's there to counter him all night.
That's right.
Totally agree. Like we need Campbell to win, not Campbell, Garcia to win.
Yeah, let the best man win, man. I mean, either win is good, man.
All right, listen. Thank you for your call. Great points, and we're gonna move on to the next one. All right, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right, buddy. Yeah.
Take it easy. So yeah, I
PDA, can I say something really fast?
Yes, please go ahead. All right, okay, I'll let you go after the caller then. Real quick, 409, you're on the air. 409, what's on your mind? 409, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Going once, going twice. All right. Let's go back to the. Let's go.
Hey, by the way, people, hit the like button if you like the show. That's really gonna help BDA boxing. So don't forget to hit that like button, please.
That's right.
So,
don't be
so
afraid.
BDA, you asked me. Going back to your question, if I think that Ryan is a accurate puncher, that if he's precise with the shots. I recall seeing a Reynoso interview the other day where he said that Ryan Garcia got the eagle eye. That basically he got the 20/20 vision. So with that being said, obviously, if he got good vision, yeah, he can land his shots accurately because that kind of works with him throwing his punches, because the way when people say he lifts his head and he's peering down, I think he's just keeping an eye on the target, and that's why he kind of looks like he's raising his chin. But he relies a lot on the reflexes. So I do think he's a precise puncher.
All right, Graham, I think
Mr. BDA.
Yes, go ahead.
Going off of what Gonzalo was saying, what he meant by the eagle eye is watching through your peripherals.
Exactly. He's peering down and he's counting on his reflexes that he can get away from the shot, but he's kind of gauging the distance from where you are to where he's at, and that's why I believe he's an accurate puncher, and he can throw his hands quick to the target. Because Reynoso said he got that ego line. Anyway,
listen, if you got that quickness and power, it can be very dangerous, man. It's like when remember Gonzalo when we were talking about Teofimo Lopez, we were saying, man, if you can pull it off one punch at a time, you need hand speed and power. And Ryan Garcia seems to have that. I'm not saying he's just like Teofimo Lopez, but I'm saying he's got the similar tools to have a similarly successful boxing style in there. Let's go to another phone call real quick. Let's go to 415. You're on the air. 415. What's on your mind?
Hey, hello?
Yes, you're on the air, man. What's on your mind?
Yes, man. I'm pretty sure Ryan Garcia is gonna take the first round knockout.
First round knockout, jeez.
These fucking people are like.
Well, hold on. Let's see what he has to say. Hold on. Let's see what he has to say. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Don't be afraid of. Don't let these mutts. Don't let these mutts scare you, man. Go ahead.
So this first round is guaranteed. You know, like it's guaranteed.
Okay, it's guaranteed. All right.
This guy's high.
Yeah, he was high.
I mean, what's it right? I mean, between the two callers, he's gonna spark him out, and this one is like, I guarantee you, he's gonna knock him out the first round. I mean, they might be right. I say Ryan Garcia beats Teofimo right now. He beats Lomachenko and Teofimo right now.
Yeah. Oh I mean, God, I don't understand what's going on with this. I mean, if I'm telling you, I'm looking at the predictions, man, on the fucking StreamYard and all that, on the message boards. A lot of people are saying, jeez, Luis. All right, a lot of people are saying that.
Man.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, Ryan Garcia is going to knock him out. Ryan Garcia, you watch, and I'm thinking, when have we I mean, I'm pretty sure he can improve. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, most people are basing this off the 2 wins he had, his 2 most recent wins, where it was 1-round knockouts. Like Lomachenko couldn't do it, Linares couldn't do it. What I can see Garcia doing it with that check hook of his, but remember, Campbell gets up. He doesn't just so it's
you know something, BDA. And I was going to say this. Look, there's certain thing. There's a certain step that he does it in just one motion that he does really good, but it's obvious. Ryan Garcia. If I was fighting him, I'll try to stay away from that. Which is, he does this nice little one motion where he steps back on the back foot and he wings the fucking the lead left as a hook, and he catches dudes right in the chin, and he seems like he gets momentum off of that, and he knocks you out. So there's definitely techniques that he does that can knock a dude out quick if they don't see it coming. Especially guys that are like, you know, are not up to par to him, but. Luke Campbell is like, look, I'm not saying he's a world beater, but he's a solid fucking contender. This is a guy who's been
You think that he's gonna knock him out? He's hard. Luke Campbell's hard as nails, isn't he? He's hard as nails. He's been in with Linares. He's been in with Loma. He's been in with Mendes. He's been in with all the top guys in that division, but. He's just not good enough, isn't he? He had a class amateur pedigree in that, but
look, I look at it like this: that everybody's acting like Campbell was going to be that Garcia is going to be like Mike Tyson versus Spinks. Come on, man. It ain't gonna be.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
Wait. Didn't he have a gold medal in bantamweight? So why do you think it was so easy for him to beat all the amateur in bantamweight? Because he's so tall. So I don't think, people hype up the gold medal too much. But that's my opinion, man.
No, I think you got a good point. You got a good point, but at the same time, he's been a solid professional. He's been a solid guy.
The way I look at it is that, okay, Luke Campbell has incredible pedigree as an amateur boxer, but as a professional, he hasn't really quite reached that new plateau as being a champion. I think he's always had contender status. Like, again, he's just a bridesmaid. The way I see it, he's really good.
All right, I don't want this show. I don't want this show. I don't want this show getting gay. I don't want this show getting gay. Go ahead,
Yeah, hold
Virtuoso.
on.
Finish.
Okay.
It's like, all right, people that are picking him to knock him out that so easily are like, okay, dude, this is a step-up fight. This is the first like opponent that's like worth the damn watching. I don't think Campbell is just going to be that lackadaisical in terms of defense. Maybe in the later rounds when he gets tired, but
Yeah.
he's not. He's just not going to give up that chin so easily. That's only if he only Ryan Garcia only going to get a knockout if his opponents like are kind of sleeping on him.
Well, listen.
And
This is the thing. I can see Garcia knocking him out, but I want to hear how, because some of the callers were saying like first round knockout. Like, tell me how. Here's how I can see it. If he starts frustrating Campbell, and he makes Campbell fight unnatural. Graham, I'm gonna have to kick Graham out, man. Because Graham, if you're listening, man, Graham, if you're listening, you keep interrupting, man. You gotta take it easy there. There's a lot of people too, by the way, so we gotta keep that in mind. Real quick, if Campbell gets frustrated and starts fighting in a way that he's not used to, which is to come forward and just winging shots, and he feels he has to do something big, he's gonna leave himself open because he's shown that in other fights. So, and I do believe that Garcia has that type of power to spark a guy out. But if you're gonna talk about beating a guy or knocking him out, first you gotta talk about how you're gonna beat him, and that's what I want to hear here as well. By the way, we got hold on, G Boogie. We got another person on the StreamYard, David Sand. David, are you there?
Nice to be first time on the panel. This is real cool.
Are you a listener, or like what's your name on the chat if it is?
I'm a listener. My name is David. It's also David Sand, but I don't sign on with that account anymore because I have too many haters, and they're always trying to get at me in the chat.
I know how that feels.
Wait, you called? He's a regular caller, I think.
I just called. Yeah, you're right, Bucho. You know the voice. I do call. Recognize those too.
Yeah, and you keep complaining about the chat. You have a lot of haters. Yeah, I know you.
Chat's attacking him.
No, they complain about me, man. I don't complain about them. They're the real assholes here.
Are they virtually molesting you? Is that what's going on here?
Well, they do what they do virtually, but they're always too scared to show their voices. Not even their face, right? Their voices. They never called in once. They never do anything, and they, just keep talking shit when I call in. So now they're gonna have to hear me the entire time.
Right. Well, listen. That's. I hope you get that fixed, man. I hope you need to get your PR team in order and win over the crowd. But listen, we're talking here about Campbell Garcia. I don't know who's. I mean, look, listen. All these wild predictions. Ring Magazine did a poll where they were talking to all these experts. Only one of them picked Campbell, and I think it was one of the commentators from the UK. The prediction that I give a lot of credence to here is Mark Ramsey, who is a Canadian trainer, and he's trained some of the best Canadian trainers. Yeah, I know people are going to make jokes like, what is the best Canadian fighter? But anyway, he's a good trainer, man, because he gets the best out of people, and his prediction was that it's going to be a very close fight. I can see that happening, man. If Campbell doesn't knock, if Garcia doesn't knock Campbell out, I don't see Garcia completely schooling him. Maybe I'm wrong. If he makes a drastic adjustments, maybe he could.
Mr.
Real
BBA.
quick. Yes, Jibuya, go ahead.
My question is, what song is Ryan Garcia going to come out in? Is it going to be "It's Rain, Amen"?
That sounds like your. That sounds like
Spears song.
Yeah, that sounds like a homophobic joke.
I think that's a great question. Great question.
This is what it's going to come out to, man.
He's got fast hands, but Garcia's got his feet the fastest out as well, man. He's going to run rings round him, like telling you.
Do you think if Campbell loses this fight, will he be a journeyman?
Yeah. When yes now.
Jimmy, were you the guy that just called?
Right now,
Jimmy, were you the guy that just called in earlier who said Garcia by knockout? Jimmy, were you the guy who called in earlier who said Garcia knockout first round?
No, but I do think Garcia is going to knock him out.
Jeez, Luis.
Right, but do you think that there's going to be? You think that there's going to be some resistance? You think Campbell will give him somewhat of a fight, or you just think like he's just going to go in there and smack him and say, "Take that, bitch," and the fight's over?
Take that, bitch.
Is that what you're saying? Like you think he's just going to walk in there, eye him down, and say, "Bitch, bitch." With every punch, he's going to be saying, "Bitch, bitch, bitch," until he falls out. Or what do you think is going to happen?
Arf, arf, I'm a little fucking bitch.
Is that what you're saying there? Recognize what the fuck? Hey, this is what he's gonna come
No,
out to. By the way,
I'm hearing these guys. Look, for the record, I'm picking Garcia to win too. I'm not sure how he's going to win, but I think he could beat him, right? By hook or crook, that type of thing. But I'm hearing these dudes, they thinking like, the way they're saying it is they're saying it that this guy is, like he's just really on the next level, and he might be on the next level. But we haven't seen anything to prove that, and Campbell's a reputable, 135 pounder.
fellas, would it be fair to say that, or like, right, to recognize his point? Would it be fair to say that right now what we have with Ryan Garcia is potential, but that he hasn't shown that he can pull out these outlandish predictions that we're saying?
Yeah, he's got potential.
Can't you show how many knockouts has he got? He's got. Is it 17 knockouts?
He did prove something because he KO'd Francisca in the first round, and Tank took him like 7 rounds, right?
Yeah, that was a bad performance.
Make no mistake, BDA.
Hold on, Mr. BDA. I think we should go to the
Garcia is a beast, man.
Hold on, man. Who's this?
Hold on, Graham, because we got hold on, Graham. Okay, because we gotta get
delay or something.
Yeah, I think he's late. You want me to
get each call like a minute and a half or 2 minutes because we have a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, fellas, don't forget, if you're calling in, make your points precisely and concisely because we do have a lot of phone calls and we want to give everybody the time to speak here. So 308, you're on the line. 308, you're on the line. What's on your mind?
Hey, I think Campbell's going to win, and I don't think he's going to be getting frustrated because if there was any frustration, he would have he would have got it from Lomo. I think he did good with Lomo. I'm a Lomo fan all the way.
Lomo.
No matter what.
Lomo sexual.
Hey, come on now, man.
Yeah,
no,
these people.
That was a good joke.
It's Loma, not Lomo.
All right, guys, hold on. Go ahead, caller. Keep going, man.
Anyways, man, I think there's no pressure that Ryan Garcia is going to give him that the great Lomachenko didn't give him. So you guys, it's going to be a good fight, man.
Are you surprised, caller? Are you surprised by all the because I see a lot of predictions on YouTube and on the message boards. People saying Garcia knockout, especially some people are saying 5th round knockout and stuff. Like, are you surprised by that?
Garcia 30-second knockout, 30-second.
No, I don't think Garcia's even going to knock him out. Like I said, Campbell is not going to get frustrated with Garcia's fight. If you hear all these fighters getting frustrated from Lomachenko and he's on another level, there's no way that Ryan Garcia is going to do it to Campbell.
Right, but what I'm asking you, what I'm asking is, are you surprised by how many people are picking Garcia by knockout?
Yes, I am. Just yeah. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? But hey, it's going to be a good fight. I look forward to it.
So what's your official prediction?
Like I said, I got Campbell. Thank you.
What's your official prediction?
My official prediction, I think it'll go the distance. And I think, no, you know what? I'll give it to Campbell. 4th round, Garcia's going to get frustrated, open up, and Campbell's going to slip one in.
Oh,
What?
he's
Is
gonna
this guy
4th round.
He's gonna slip one in. Well, that's, you know what, I can say. Hey, listen, Campbell hits hard, man. Fucking Campbell hits hard, man.
He's gonna rock him. I guarantee he's gonna rock him. Campbell's got some power. He's gonna rock him.
Campbell hits hard to the body, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he can actually. Listen, caller, I wouldn't be surprised if Campbell can actually drop Garcia to the body because Campbell's got some underrated counter left hands to the body, man. That could actually.
That's exactly.
All right, he's already getting some hate in the chat. We should move to the next call, man.
I don't think it's too quick. I don't even think he'll be able to hit him, man.
Oh, come on. Now you're going crazy on me here, Graham. Graham is going.
People are calling him a breed coon in the chat. You're a breed coon.
A breed coon, yeah.
I'm telling you, I think Garcia is way too fast, man.
Amazing.
It's too fast. You're giving him no credit for his boxing skill.
So you think he's gonna go in there like a ghost?
Everyone's
a traitor. You know how black people call like the race traders Sambos. This guy's a Brambo. Brambo. That's what we're gonna call him now. Brambo. All right,
All right,
listen,
let's take another phone call.
caller. Thank you, 308. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your prediction. You broke it down very well. I appreciate your breakdown, man. Really, that's what I expect from everybody who calls in here.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you
the
for your
best
call.
caller. I disagree, but
And
you
go
the best
fast,
caller.
quickly.
Man, good luck.
Take it easy, man. Good luck. Good luck. Well, anyway. Good luck to Campbell. I think he's saying 806. You're on the air. 806. What's on your mind?
I think Jake Paul will take the win.
What's with the low voice callers, man? Why are you whispering? Are you all these
Same
people
guy,
whispering?
man. The same guy who's.
What?
Bunch of shady dudes.
It's the guy who predicted a first round knockout.
Oh, so he deserves credit for picking Jake. But hold on, he deserves credit then for picking Jake Paul because he was a first round knockout, right?
I think Jake Paul will win by knockout.
All right, let's go to another phone
everybody's
call
got
here.
that NPR voice.
Don't remind me of NPR, man. I was listening to NPR a couple of days ago. Ugh. All right, 347, you're on the air.
BDA.
347. Hold on, 347, you're on the air.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
New York.
I'm doing fine.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air, 347. Go ahead, man.
Listen, man.
I'm listening.
Here's the deal, all right? You guys are the reason why Ryan's been able to get these KOs is because of the speed, right? So he has a lot of speed, right? And so if you look at it, let me ask you a question. How much does Luke Campbell get hit in the face? How many times has he been flash KO'd?
Never.
Excuse me, flash
Zero.
knockdown.
Zero.
Flash knockdown. How many times?
Twice. Flash knockdown twice.
Oh, knockdowns, yes. He's
Twice?
been knocked down a couple of times.
Okay, so when you think about it, it's the punches you don't see that affect you the most, okay? The reason why Ryan has so many KOs is because he has a lot of speed. And so what a lot of people are betting on is the fact that this guy Luke is going to get caught with some of those punches. He's going to get caught with punches he don't see. It's going to shock him. Maybe Luke opens up, he gets his chin tested, then he comes back later in the later rounds and fights a little better. But I'm pretty sure Ryan is has some of the fastest hands I've seen in boxing right now. I'm not saying he's the fastest, but he has some of the fastest hands, and that's how he got this far.
How did he get dropped against? How did he get dropped against Mendy in the first fight?
I'm sorry.
How did he get dropped against Mendy in the first fight?
BDA was a flash knockdown, but I forgot how exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm asking how.
So what I'm trying to get you to see is.
Hold on, fellas.
Here's the deal, right? We're talking about speed, raw speed, right? And I'm not saying that he's going to outbox Luke. I'm just saying there's going to be some punches where he has, and you guys are also underestimating Ryan Garcia's footwork. He's been working with Canelo, training to the body. He's going to hit Luke with some good body shots. Luke's going to drop his hands, and here comes the speed. So remember, Ryan has improved a whole lot. Go in there, Alexa. Ryan has improved a whole lot, and he's been training, man. He's going to be better than he was the last fight. I guarantee you.
But okay, listen.
Can I respond to the caller?
Well, caller, we're not sleeping on Ryan Garcia. We're just saying.
Can I respond to the caller? Something kind of important in regards to what he said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. He got the speed, and the reason why he's so fast and sudden because he punches with that lead jab hand. He throws that lead left hook. So that's the closest hand to your opponent. But the thing with him fighting Campbell, they're about equal height in the reach, and he's a southpaw to where that front lead foot control. If he keeps his foot extended, Campbell's not going to allow Ryan Garcia to get in range to throw that lead left hook. So he's got quickness and suddenness with that lead left hand, but we'll see if he can be able to land it because that left hook, that positioning from Luke Campbell is going to kind of keep him to where he's not going to...
Recognize. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
No, I agree with what Gonzalo just said. That's a perfect breakdown. Hold on.
Do you think
caller, hang on.
You said that we're sleeping on Ryan. You said we're sleeping on Ryan Garcia. Yeah. We're not. What we're questioning is these callers and people in the chat saying there's going to be no resistance. Just Ryan Garcia is just going to go over there, bitch smack him, and collect the paycheck and move on to the next. That's what we're saying. I'm like, okay.
No.
When did that?
No. Nobody said that like that. It's
not you, Graham, but people. Not you, Graham.
Not you.
But people. Listen. Caller, I said something. I said I can see Garcia knocking Campbell out. What we're saying
Yeah,
is
me
like
too.
Reckon I said he's not gonna spark. It's unlikely he sparks him out because the reason why I was asking how Mendy knocked him down was because Mendy was pressuring. He was making Campbell do mistakes, and then he caught him pivoting off the side with a hand down. Linares worked hard to get that knockdown by creating feints and openings. I want to see if Garcia is able to do that.
True.
The easiest way I can see Garcia
And so
knocking
the
him out.
closest thing, that's a good point when you brought up Linares. Because
Right.
one thing, here, that was a good thing because Linares, he has some fast ass hands. I think a lot of people underestimate how fast Linares is too. So that's a hell of a point.
Yeah.
That,
All right. So
that he
we gotta
gave
move on. We
Linares
have other
like,
calls, man.
as fast as Linares is, because Linares has good hand speed too. People sleep on that.
right.
So that's a good
Exactly.
point.
Yeah. But listen, we can see your point, the knockout. But what we're saying is we want to see if Garcia is that good that he can make it so that there's no resistance. But anyway, listen, caller, thank you for your call,
No,
man.
of course not. Of course not. He doesn't have that kind of
The
experience.
British guy is acting like Ryan Garcia is the fucking next Sugar Ray Leonard, bro.
Well, I don't think he was saying that. Graham wasn't saying that. But anyway,
Ryan Garcia is really young, and if you pay attention, we all know Ryan. He hasn't even fully physically matured into the full man he's going to be yet. We all know that too. He's very young.
he's very young indeed.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I've always said that
He hasn't even
the
fully
window to beat
matured
him is
into the
now.
full man that he is physically. He's still growing. He's gonna grow till he's about 26 years old. He's still growing, still getting better. But he took on a pretty good fight. I think he's gonna catch Luke with some good shots. It's gonna be a good fight.
Absolutely,
I
man.
think Luke can win. Luke, if he goes distance, I think if Luke can land punches, we don't know if Ryan's defense is better, right? Is Ryan's defense better?
That's what we're gonna see tomorrow, man. Like so far, Garcia has shown good defense, but against top competition, we've never seen it. So we're gonna see it tomorrow, man. So good call, man. You introduced some good points, and call back the next time. All right, man.
Okay, thank you.
Good call.
Right,
Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Hit the like button, please.
Hit
That's
the
gonna
like
help
button.
us
I think
build
this
channel.
fight is
Graham,
going
what
to
the hell are
look
you
like
doing?
Manny Pacquiao versus Oscar De La Hoya, with Ryan Garcia just having too much hand speed for Campbell to deal with, but Campbell's too big to go down. So he's going to just get hit the whole fight, and it's going to go to decision because it's not going to be a stoppage. In my opinion.
Probably, man. Probably, but I mean, it's a bold prediction right there. Let's go to another phone call real quick. 214, you're in the air. 214, what's on your mind?
Hey, it's me, guys. I think, like I said before, I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think that Campbell is going to catch you in between shots, and then I think he's going to stop him in either the 9th or 10th round.
So you think Campbell's gonna catch Garcia in between in the 10th and which round did you say?
Yeah, the 9th and 10th, either the 9th or 10th.
Do you think with a body shot or overhand left, or like what do you see happening there?
I think he's going to use body work throughout the fight, and then he's going to catch him. Because I think I've been watching some of his fights lately. He's been improving. Like he's been causing guys to miss by half a step, and then countering them.
Well, you did say Campbell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Campbell. Okay, so it's refreshing to hear somebody picking Campbell. All the people that were Ryan Garcia first round knockout. So that's
30-second knockout.
Yeah. So your prediction is 9 to 10. Now, before that's your prediction. But would you like, in a way, to see Ryan Garcia win because it would be better for the sport to have a mainstream star?
Oh yeah, I agree. I think, but I think his obsession with Tank is unhealthy. He got a fight with Campbell. He's still talking about Tank. I don't think he's going to be. I don't know. I think at the fight with Tank, I don't know if he can be a big star because that's what he says he wants to do if he beats Campbell.
Well, listen. Which fight would you like to see? Like, if your prediction goes wrong and Garcia wins, who would you like to see him fight?
Devin Haney, so he can at least become a world title challenger, at least.
A world title challenger. Well, there you have it, fellas. That's one of the things we've got going here. We got different predictions. Listen, thank you for your call, man. We're going to move on because we got a lot of calls, but thank you for calling in. We'll catch you in the next one, all right?
All right.
Take it easy. Let's go to another phone call, guys. We're going to move through these ones. 818, you're on the air. 818, what's on your mind?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. What's on your mind?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't believe the hype around. I mean, we've never seen Garcia's chin get tested at all. He's only been around. I mean, his last fight was 1 round with Fonseca, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I think Campbell. I mean, he's only lost to Mindy, and he avenged that loss, and then he lost to the two best guys in the division. And people seem to forget that Linares has some really fast hands. Like I just don't see, gold medals in the Olympics aren't handed out.
Exactly. That's a good point. I mean,
And
yeah.
Campbell is really awkward. Even when you watch the Lomachenko fight, it took Campbell maybe 3 rounds. Oh no, it took Lomachenko maybe three rounds to adjust to like Campbell's awkward stance. I just don't see the whole first round knockout. Even I think it's gonna go the distance. And personally, I think Campbell's gonna get the W by decision.
All right. Well, there you have it. A bold prediction right there. We're starting to get somewhere here. People are now that the odds are evening out a little bit. 818. If you had to bet, though, who would you play? Who is most likely to win here?
I already did. I already put $400 on Campbell.
Oh, big spender over here, man.
Wow.
It's not gonna break the bank, man.
Good for you.
Look at you,
But,
man.
I mean, if he loses, I'll eat my words, and we'll get a new, star in the division. So I mean, it is what it is. I think Campbell's gonna win, but we'll see tomorrow.
Hey, listen, if the caller gets his prediction right, this is what he's going to be telling the bookies tomorrow on the next morning.
I want my fucking money!
All right, listen. Thank you for your call, man, and your prediction. Catch you in the next one, man. All right, let's go to another phone call real quick. 505, you're on the air. 505, what's on your mind? 505, going once.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. 505, what's on your mind?
Here. Yeah. What I was trying to say is Ryan Garcia is speed and Campbell is timing. So as the speed wears down in the round, which Ryan Garcia hasn't been tested with late rounds, as it wears down, Campbell's timing is going to be there. And they both like that check hook at the range, right? But Ryan Garcia is used to fighting short fighters. Right?
That's a good point, yeah.
He could catch him at range. Now he's fighting a fighter who could hit him at the same range, right? And he's going to drown him in the distance. The speed's going to go when the stamina goes, because Ryan hasn't been in the late rounds. He's going to get tired. I'm telling you, man, he's going to get tired. And as he gets tired, the speed goes away, but the timing don't.
That's a great point,
so I
man.
believe that Campbell will take him.
That's a great point, especially since Campbell has gone the distance.
I'm not talking from somebody with no experience. I'm Tommy Cordova's brother, and he's the ESPN champion. We beat Freddie Roach for the ESPN bout here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wait, who did you say you're related to? I missed it.
I'm Tommy Cordova's brother. We beat Freddie Roach for the ESPN title in 1984.
No kidding. All right, so there you have it. So speaking from experience, we've seen a lot of prospects coming up the ranks throughout boxing history. Some make it, some don't. So you think?
Great, but he's young. He's very young.
Right. Well, that's the X factor right there. Like, can he improve?
You know what I mean? As time goes on, he's gonna get her. He is. Tank, that's a death wish, right? That's a death wish. If he could get through Campbell, which I don't see him getting through, it's going to go all the rounds. I know it's going to go all the rounds. If Campbell can't get him out of there, it's going to go all the rounds.
So you think it's too early?
His
so
biggest test is Linares.
You think it's too early for Garcia right now to be stepping in against Campbell?
No way. Nobody's giving Garcia any credit.
He's going to fade. The speed goes away with stamina. The only reason why you have speed is because you have stamina. But the moment that you get taken and drug into deep water, the speed goes away, but the timing doesn't. And he's very, to be honest, Campbell's never been stopped. So, you know what I mean? He's been dropped, yes, but he's never been stopped, giving up. And I don't believe that a 21-year-old man's going to come up and do that to him for his first big fight. I just don't
That's a good point, because another caller said that he thinks Ryan Garcia is too stiff. He's not loose. He's working on it, but that he hasn't shown so far. He's a loosey-goosey.
He is loose. He's loose. But you got to understand, he's so loose in the beginning. The reason why is because he has stamina. But as we take him into the lay rounds and drain the away, he's not going to be so twitchy. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Campbell's
going to sit there and be composed and have the timing, and the timing might get Garcia off of guard because a short fighter has to get down and go in underneath the gloves of a taller fighter to strike. Well, now you're fighting somebody your natural size, and Ryan Garcia likes to check hook from a distance. So he's hitting the short fighter that can't reach him at that distance.
That's right.
So
That's
when you actually fight a fighter that can hit you back at that distance and can take your hit too, I want to see how Garcia reacts. How he reacts off of Campbell's pressure. Either it drains his stamina or he calculates properly and moves around properly to be able to strike back. But if it drains him and he tries to battle Luke Campbell out, it ain't going to work. Because then his speed's going to go away.
That's a great point, man.
Is speed.
That's a great. You made some excellent points right there,
And
man.
that's what I say right there. That's what it's going to be. And if he beats Campbell, then let's call Linares out. Before you start calling Tank and everybody out like that, let's call Linares out. Everybody's skipping Linares. Everybody thinks Lomachenko's done. Well, before we start calling out big names, let's fight Lomachenko. Let's fight Linares. You know what I mean? Tank's a big guy. Tank is Teofimo Lopez's fight. That's the last fight right there. That's the fight you want to see.
Exactly.
There's no business other than that. That's where we need to go. If he gets through Campbell, we need to go to Linares.
Great points,
Linares
man.
will put a little beating on little Ryan's ass. I'm telling you right now.
Great points, man. Great points. Anyway,
That's all
listen,
I
we got
gotta
to
say.
move on to the next call, but you broke it down perfectly, man. You everything you said makes sense. I appreciate your call.
Thanks,
And
I
call,
appreciate that.
call back the next time, right? Call back the next show.
Shout out from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right. Shout out
God
to
bless.
everybody in New
Bye-bye.
Mexico.
Viva
God bless you
Mexico.
guys.
This
All right,
caller's been playing Fight Night Champion. He knows what he's talking about.
Well, he said he's related to Tommy Cordova. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but look, everything he said made sense, man. 409, you're on the air. 409, what's on your mind?
Oh my
I can't hear you, caller. What?
This is the same guy, dude.
Ah,
Harambe.
jeez. How
He
do you
went
guys
for
recognize this?
409.
I could barely hear him. He sounded like
No,
he
it
was
was somebody
talking
else.
to saxophone.
Anyways,
All right, sorry.
next.
Well, if it was somebody else, I'm sorry I hung up. And Butcher, stop fucking grilling me over here. 954, you're on the air. 954, what's on your mind?
78 Sports TV here. Shout out to the LDBC.
That's a recording. That's a recording, man.
Let's go,
What's with the
baby.
recording?
What the fuck is going on here?
No, you know what, Butcher? I'm not gonna go next. Stop saying next for Pete's sakes. I already know next, for fuck's sakes. 928, you're on the air. 928. 928, you're on the air. Going once. Going twice.
Huh?
All right, like Butcher said next. Now
Common
is the time
theme
to
with
say
the
next.
caller tonight, huh?
They can
This is
listen,
getting
fellas.
weird
If
phone
you're gonna
calls.
call in,
You gotta be ready.
be ready, succinct, and don't be afraid to scream because sometimes we can barely hear some of the callers. All right, all right.
Lapito.
Let's get back to the panel here. So, right, we got Jimmy, by the way, on the Discord. Jimmy, are you there?
What's going on, gentlemen? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Listen, we had the way these open phone lines work is we try to give the callers the first chance to speak, and then we get back to the panel. So give us a little patience because some of these callers. Yeah, some of these
Yeah,
callers.
if you got more calls you want to get to, bro, I'll wait. If you want to hit off some more calls first.
We're back here. We're back here. All right.
Oh,
So,
okay, brother.
hey, listen. Here's something that's interesting about because we're talking stylistically, and some callers who are picking Campbell made some excellent points about the strategy coming into this fight. And like I said, I'm putting up an article here where De La Hoya says, "Oh, you know, he wants Campbell to attack Garcia." And like somebody made a comment in that article, and he says, "Of course, Oscar wants Campbell to come forward. That's to Garcia's advantage to land his power shots. If Campbell is around after the sixth, then the advantage goes to Campbell." Do you guys think that's the general consensus here? That the longer it goes, go ahead.
I agree, BDA. I agree, BDA. Sorry, Jimmy, but I just have to add because what BDA is saying is kind of what I wanted to comment. Yeah, because look, with him being Campbell being a southpaw right, Garcia being right-handed. That the lead foot is gonna keep Ryan Garcia from landing that lead left hook, but we gotta remember that Ryan Garcia, he can punch with that lead hand, but he's really a right-hander, so he got power in both hands. Now Campbell, he likes to pave the way to throw that that long left hook to the body by throwing straight punches. He throws the straight 1-2-1, right, left, right. Then when he creates inertia coming forward, he'll stab you to the body with that left hook. Based off him coming in a straight line. Now, when he comes in a straight line like that, and he finally ends up going to the body with that long left hook to the body, Ryan Garcia can counter him with his trail hand, his right hand. That's why Oscar De La Hoya wants him to pressure. Campbell wants him to pressure Ryan Garcia so he can close the distance, and Ryan Garcia can use his right hand, his trail hand, and it's going to be a straight hand or a hook. That's what I had to say.
That's a great point, man. That's a great point. And I think if, like Campbell, if he starts coming forward, he's not gonna have that much of a chance of winning this fight. Because I'm gonna tell you something, he's not used to coming forward and trading. I mean, I'm not saying 1 or 2 shots okay, but if he starts trading for long stretches of time, could become a problem. Jimmy, one of the things.
One more thing, BD. One more thing, because if he ends that combination with the left to the body, he's gonna be open upstairs.
Absolutely, yeah. He drops his right hand when he goes to the body with the left, or upstairs with the left. Either way, like he drops his hands a little bit, so he should not be trading in there with guys. Jimmy, one of the things we've been talking about here with Garcia is he's the first potentially world-class fighter who's built a following on YouTube. This is a whole new thing here that we're seeing. Do you think he passes the test tomorrow?
Well, this is a huge leap for him. I mean, obviously the Reynosos, you know what I mean? I credit them. I think they know what they're doing. They know what they got. I would think they respect him enough and respect, as a fighter, to not to put him in a situation where he would get overwhelmed. But there's going to be a lot of firsts for this kid tomorrow. He's going, this in England?
No, it's in the US. It's in the US.
Oh, it's in the US. Okay, but it's still taking
Is it in Texas or something, Jimmy? Jimmy's in
Texas. Okay, Texas. Okay, so he's all right. That's all right. That's a big advantage for him. So he's going to have a big Hispanic backing. So he's going to be confident as hell. But this is going to be a fast twitch fiber athlete, because at the end of the day, he's got those super quick hands, and it's going to come down to a very athletic kid with super fast twitch fiber muscle against a formidable, tough gym rat type dude with better fundamentals. So it's like one of those things, that's why I agree with the 6 rounds. If he can't utilize those fast twitch fibers and catch him fucking with the shot by the 6th round, the later it goes, it definitely goes towards Campbell's, because he's been in all the big fights. He's seen, there's nothing Garcia's gonna do that Campbell hasn't seen 10 times before. The difference is, has he ever seen kid with hand speed that fast? Because he does it. And how long will the hand speed last? And will the moment become too big for him? So there's actually a lot of fucking things they're cutting off in this kid's first big step up, which I'm kind of surprised. But if he does take it, sky's the limit. I mean, for the sport, it would definitely do better for the sport if he won in American boxing as well. But anyways, that's just my dissertation on that.
Well, it's a good breakdown.
Jimmy, you just banged the nail totally on the head there. Mate, that was absolutely class. Everything you said there, mate. You just nailed it in one. Do you know what I mean?
Shout out to Jimmy for that, man. But let me tell you something, Jimmy. You mentioned the fast twitch muscles. Ryan Garcia is not exactly muscle bound. He's a lean guy. Do you think that could possibly mean that he's going to have a good chance of going the 12 rounds and not get tired?
I drove him, baby.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Oh no, I didn't know if you. He definitely has put on his man muscle. You can see he's made his body's going through the translation. Listen, my thing is this, right? The only other person we know out of that camp is Canelo, and Canelo hasn't looked like, oxygen's been an issue for him. I think he's taking his training serious enough. Listen, if it was. That kid right now could go into the gym and probably box 24 rounds if it was just him and his boys, right? It makes such a difference when you get the cameras and everybody there, your family. You know what I mean? It's just that nervous energy saps you something crazy. So if he's strong mentally and he goes in there confident, not fucking act like a knucklehead and really stays focused and does his breathing exercise in the back and just clears his mind, you know what I mean? I don't think conditioning will be an issue for him, but it's conditioning. Well, you got a big gym rat, and that's what. Listen, that kid Campbell is just a fundamental boxer. Boxed his whole life, knows what to do. But him coming at you with that size, trying to keep him off you if you haven't dropped him. Say he hits Campbell with his best shot, 2nd, 3rd round, and Campbell walks through it, or even if he goes down but comes up. That's another first. Like, oh shit! Now that's playing in the back of your head. What do I have to do now? I just cracked him with my hardest shot. So this they bit off a big chunk load for this kid on his first big.
Something happened here. I think it was. I'm gonna have to restart this whole shit. All right, are we back on the air? Let me check.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I think I clicked Butcher. I think I
yeah,
accidentally clicked
it's
something.
working on YouTube. Yeah.
All right, now refresh, people. Now refresh. Now we're back on the air. Hold on a second. Let me write it on the chat here. Now we're back on the air. All right. Sorry about that, fellas. Something fucking happened here. We're back. We're back. All right. So yeah, caller. I think just so people can hear the answer to my question. Who are you rooting for here? Like, who do you think makes it better for boxing?
Well, yeah, I mean, if Ryan wins, which I'm rooting for, he's probably better for the sport just because, Campbell's, I'm not sure how old he's, like, what, 30, 31, something like that. I mean, he's not exactly old, but, I think he's had, like, a couple of cracks already at a championship, and he's getting up there. But, I guess Ryan would be, the better pick just because of his age, and he's got speed, the followers and all that. But it's just, a lot of people, I think I don't know why they're sold on him just because of the popularity. But, as a boxing standpoint, you gotta, he hasn't really been tested, man. I mean, as much as I like him, I would like to see him put on a good performance here, and then, then we can say, he's the real deal, I guess. So. Right.
All right. Well, Jimmy, you had a question for the caller.
I just wanted to ask real quick from any of you guys, anybody answer it. Who was the fighters he was? It was stamina issues. Now, if you look back, because I don't know, I don't have no idea. But if it was against guys who were like pick'em guys, like he was just a no hope he was supposed to beat. Sometimes it's guys just don't train as hard. They just mentally they're shut off because they know they're supposed to beat him. It's a different animal when you're going in against a kid that everybody's telling you in your camp, like this kid's no joke, blah blah blah. That's a big motivator and keep you training. So that's why I wanted to, if someone could explain, was he?
It was only really one guy
against lowered competition, like real bad guys.
It was only really one guy when he went. It was only really one guy when he went 10 with Carlos Morales, a French contender. Because he's gone the distance 3 out of his 20 fights, right? So he got 17 KOs. He's gone the distance 3 times. The one time he went the distance was against that French contender in a 10-round fight. The other 2 fights he went the distance were, I believe, in because he was fighting 4-rounders, 6 and 8-rounders. So he didn't even go past 8 in those 2. He didn't have time to knock out the other guy and whatnot. But yeah, it was only one 10-round fight in that one. That's all.
Are y'all talking about Ryan or?
Yeah, I was talking about. He was
yeah,
talking
Ryan.
About, yeah, Ryan Garcia. Anyway, listen, caller.
I remember that fight too. I mean, when he fought Jason Velez, to me, he should have took him out quick, But if I remember correctly, I know he went all the rounds, and he didn't look, really good in there. And I'm not saying Jason.
Okay, I stand corrected. Jason Velez and Morales. Yes. All right.
All right, listen, caller. Thank you for your call, man. Right. We're gonna move on to the next one. Thank you for calling in, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right, man. Take it easy.
I appreciate it, man. Happy New Year's.
You too, man. To you too.
Happy New Year, brother.
Let's go to another phone call real quick. 928, you're on the air. 928. What's on your mind?
I feel like Ryan Garcia is probably going to win 8th round knockout.
8th round knockout. All right. We have another prediction here. Another one for Ryan Garcia knockout. How do you see it going? Counter left hook?
Or it could go the distance. Or Luke Campbell could go and try to survive.
Well, listen, I think that's
because I don't know if the knockout is a for sure guarantee since they're both really good. But who knows? Ryan Garcia might get knocked out. It's not going to be an early knockout, that's for sure.
Well, you know what? I actually think that if I don't think Campbell's going to fight stupidly early on and make a mistake and get caught. If he does get caught, it's probably because he's putting pressure on late. Anyway, caller, who are you rooting for, by the way?
I'm going for Ryan Garcia. I'm going for him. But Luke Campbell, he's really good too. So I don't know. I might go the distance. Who knows?
Yeah, that's I mean, I can see Campbell outboxing him, or I can see Garcia also outboxing him. Not comprehensively, but I can see him shocking Campbell with his speed and Campbell not being able to put pressure on. Anyway, listen, caller, thank you for your call, man. And we'll catch you in the next one, right, man?
All right. Have a nice day. Happy New Year's.
To you too, man. Thank you for your prediction. All right. listen, fellas, I gotta drop out for 2 minutes. You guys take it away. But remember, we got a lot of people here, so let's start with somebody in the from the StreamYard virtual. So if you got anything to say, go ahead and take it away, fellas. All right.
Yeah, man. A lot of people here are just picking Garcia by knockout, but they're not explaining why. Um, I could pretty much come up with the textbook reason, and it's pretty much, hey, can he like hit Campbell to the body, and set up his punches upstairs, in the later rounds. Yeah, it's totally doable, and that's pretty much it. But
I think the
yeah,
combination punching they got going on at the Reynoso gym, they're definitely gonna teach him how to hit to the body combination, set up his shot upstairs, and combined with his natural talent. Now with the training, I think he's in my opinion, he is who they say he is, or he is going to become who they want him to become. I feel like the tools all the tools are there. The natural talent's there, the boxing IQ, the speed, the power, and you just master your technique. Take some time honing your technique, which he's learning from the best actually. So I think he's got bright future ahead of him.
okay. Now, as far as defense, do you think he can show us something that he learned from the Reynosos?
Yeah,
I know they were.
There's this one obvious hole that everybody sees is when he throws that check left hook and he leaves his chin up in the air, standing straight up and tall. That's something that I think he should fix. Leaving his chin exposed when throwing the check left. But I think over
To
time,
me, it's not that big of a deal. You know why? Because it's the lead hand. I got him, hot mic. It's the lead hand, and when he throws it, he pivots away. So it's the lead. You're not committing with your trail hand to where you have to step in. When you throw that right hand, if you throw a hook, you're usually turning your hips in. But when you throw that lead hand, you basically rotating your trail leg away, and then he's tall and long, and he's kind of peering down to where he's gauging the separation he has between him and you, right? So that because he's counting on his reflexes. So I think that the fact that I was mentioning to BDA that Campbell, he throws straight punches because he's long and lanky, and the straight punches, they work because you're coming down the middle, and he's not that fast too. That's a good way to throw punches, especially for a guy like him. But he paves the way by throwing the straight punches and opening the route to get inside and throw that. They're not known for fighting on the inside, but he'll end up throwing that long left hook to the body. And when he does that, he's going to step in to Ryan Garcia's territory, inside his wheelhouse, because with that right hand, really, Ryan Garcia's a right-handed fighter, but he's knocking these guys out with the lead hand. So really, if Campbell steps in, he's going to be in a whole hell lot of a danger.
In the chat, people are saying Ryan is not a pressure
Campbell
fighter.
becomes like lead leg dominant, like try to be like keep his foot on the outside of Garcia's. He can set up his straight left hands.
That's going to be a problem because they're going to be like he's going to find his way comfortably to throw that.
You're cutting out. Hey, hold on. I want to get
cut off for a second over
Revolucion in here. Are you there?
Ooh, doggy, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Just
Your
hanging
predictions?
My predictions, I won't even make a prediction. I'm just kind of interested in watching how the fight plays out. And this is an instance where, and it's not a usual instance, I don't have kind of a little bit of a bias going into it where it's like, okay, normally I feel like I'd want to see Ryan Garcia lose just because he's the more popular fighter and I want to see the upset like, I normally do. But
so basically you're saying it's 50-50 for you. You can't pick.
not that. It's just I'm just really interested to see how Ryan Garcia does, because if he has a really good performance, I feel like he's going to turn a lot of people on him because he gets a lot of hate. Oh, he's a pretty boy, da-da-da. But if he gets a knockout in this fight, he's going to turn a lot of people. You know what I mean? And the boxing community might come to like him, actually.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
He's not proven as a fighter, but he's not proven as a man. You know, he's like a young boy to all of us. We're like, man, get out of here. We don't care about your shit, no matter how good you are. If he comes with some, okay, all right,
knocks this guy out. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a guy who gave Lomachenko a hard time too. So just recently, in recent memory.
Look, I think
Luke Campbell ain't no
I
pushover.
think you win if you take this fight seriously, and not admirers work.
Yeah, I think he's definitely taking this fight seriously for sure. And the fact that he went with the Reynosos, I mean, I know it's also a bit of a PR move, but fundamentally it means that he wants to become better. He wants to learn new things. Now, Revolution, you mentioned the good point about him being disliked, because he's disliked. That's what happens with boxing fans. The guy who becomes the A side or is about to become the A side and has a lot of hype and a lot of media coverage, especially if he's good looking, instantly he gets attacked and disliked. But I've been watching a little bit of Ryan Garcia's videos on the internet and all that. He's not that bad. I mean, he's a little corny, like people were saying on the chat, but I don't think he's dislikable like some of the other guys we've been seeing. Guys who beat women and guys who scream profanities and right. But here's something that interesting. He actually said this to Gervonta Davis. He said, Gervonta on Twitter said $200,000, meaning what he was earning for one of his fights. He need that money back from him buying that Ferrari. Stop trying to keep up, broke boy. And then Ryan said, yeah, I get endorsement deals outside of boxing, something you don't know about because you hit women. Oof. So he's but
he doesn't fuck around either.
Not wrong.
That's
what I like to see.
He held it down there.
That was Yeah, that was a thug one there. That's the kind of one you're going to put the glasses and the cigarette in his mouth and play the music. He kicked his dick in.
Hey,
I like that.
Well, David, go ahead, man. Hold on, David, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say...
yeah, I like this kind of stuff.
Go ahead, David.
All right. No, he just... Go ahead, Luis.
I love this. I love good shit.
Okay, I'm going to go now. Here I come.
When you see bad shit talking...
Hold on. Sorry. We had a delay. I think. David, go ahead and then Luis. Go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing this. I'm tremendously entertained. I love a good shit talker. If it's good shit talking versus like corny, cringe-worthy shit talking, it's highly entertaining, and I love it. And I think Garcia could back it up. Him and Gervonta Tank Davis. I think the build up they'll have to that fight will be very interesting.
That's right. Absolutely, man. For sure. What do you think about that? Or what would you want to say? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I hope in this fight that, don't take it the wrong way, I hope to see Ryan Garcia get a bad cut. Or, I want to see one of his eyes get swollen shut. Not in a sadistic way, like I don't like him, but I want to see him battle adversity. I can't have it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this fucking kid here, this beautiful little twinkly boy over here that we've been making fun of, he's fucking gushing blood now. Jesus Christ, what's he going to do? How's he going to react, That's what's going to get people. It's like some shit like that. This is what I want to see.
Yeah,
I'm not too much into the technical right now. This is a good entertainment fight, and you're going to see a star get made one way or another.
A good step up fight, absolutely.
It's a test. It's a perfect test for his stamina to see he got the willpower if he gets taken in deep, but it's a calculated risk because Luke Campbell really don't have like that one punch KO power. He's not necessarily strong or anything. They don't know how to fight on the inside that much. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of calculated. I think a worse test would be if somebody can get on the inside of Ryan Garcia where he can't get his shots off and then he gets fucking hit back hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing, man.
One thing, though, Campbell is a tough kid, though. And if he does stop him, if he does really drop him, first off, I hope it wouldn't be the first or second round. I just wouldn't want to see that for Campbell's career. He deserves better. If you got, plus I want to see fucking Garcia take a shot tomorrow. I really want to see him. I know the other kid doesn't have, concussive one-shot power, but he hits hard enough that we'll be able to see how he reacts. Just how I'm not even talking about like knock him out shot, just a hard enough shot to see how he reacts. Does he run away? Does he, you know what I'm saying? You can just tell if it rocked him or not. That's all.
You know what? That's a great, Jimmy. This is the great thing about this fight is that it's actually happening. They're not coddling the guy. They want to put him in there big, and we're gonna see what he's made of. Now, speaking to Revolucion's point about how he wants to see Garcia show a little metal and bleed a little bit. Well, here's what he had to say about Campbell this week. He's starting to be a little mean in there. He says, "I'm going into this fight thinking one thing: punishing him. He said, I'm not thinking about anything else but punishing Luke Campbell. Then he went on to say, I'm coming to get my respect. I'm coming with these right hands. You're going to keep tasting these left hooks. I'm going to make you bleed and bleed and bleed until you corner, better throwing the towel, or else I'm going to make you pay. First of all, throw these hooks and make you bleed, bleed. That sounds like what John Gonzalez tells his dates when he first goes out with them. But I mean, I think Garcia's, he's tired. I think Garcia's tired of being a bottom and he wants to transition to being a top. Guys, what do you think about that?
Yeah, he's certainly got a chip on his shoulder, proving he's trying to prove people wrong. I think he's got a lot of people wanting to see him fail, and that motivates a person tremendously.
Well, he's right now. That proves that he's saying to people that, hey, I'm going to prove something to you guys. You know, so if he doesn't follow through on this and he's selling wolf tickets, and that's going to hurt him. And I'm thinking this too. If there's any kind of fuckery in this fight, like the referee is helping him out a lot, or it's a bad judge's decision, it's going to go the opposite. People are going to be like, not only are you a pretty boy, now you're for the establishment, and that's really going to sour him on a lot to
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I was thinking about.
Interesting fight to see the results of.
No, I just wanted to point out is like if this fight is close, right? Are the politics going to favor Ryan Garcia?
Oh yeah,
See,
of course.
one of the things that I thought this fight, where this fight is going to be held is going to decide, who's going to win based in only if it's a close fight,
Well, that's why a lot of people are looking into this fight, and most boxing fans are in agreement that if the fight goes a distance and it's close, it's going to go to Garcia.
Yes.
First of all, Garcia is a star. He's Mexican. It's in Texas, which is one of the worst refereed states, and there's always shenanigans behind the scenes with missed drug tests or samples that disappear. So yeah, the Campbell has to go above and beyond a normal performance to get himself a win here.
He's got to go in there and knock him out. Like he can't just half-ass it,
drop him,
and give him love taps. Like,
but that's the thing, though.
Drop him once.
That's the thing, though. If he goes in there with that mentality of I'm going to knock him out, and he starts fighting in an uncharacteristic fashion, I think he gets his ass knocked out because he's not used to that. Like he's going to leave himself open.
He's really got to reach in with that lip up to the body.
I think he could just. I think he could drop, Garcia like off of counters and not like go out there, swinging and missing wildly.
Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. I mean, I can see the potential for it, but I've never seen him do it. So, it could go either way. By the way, I forgot to read their last quote here from Garcia. He said, Eddie Hearn made a big mistake. You underestimated me. You think I'm average? Just know I'm going to beat the living shit out of Luke Campbell and show you how not average I am. So, I don't know if he's having trouble making weight, maybe. Hey, recognize, do you think, because let's face the facts, the guy's, I know he's young, but he's 5 feet 10 inches tall, squeezing into 135-pound frame. How long do you think he can keep this up? And do you think he's a little salty right now that he has to make weight? And you know how fighters get during fight weighing week. They're a little pissed off. You think that's what's going on with Garcia?
No. I think, listen, him cutting weight, if it's bothering him at this point, that could be, it could be something. But I think it's the pretty boy syndrome when the the kind of the rugged dudes kind of like always test you. They always mean mugging you, and you're like, fuck that. I got to show these dudes that I can fight. It's that syndrome. It's nothing wrong with it, because it's just part of the way he's made up, right? He's made up as the way he looks. And him talking like that, though, is just it seems corny because when you look at him, you don't think of a guy who talks like that. But obviously, he's been making an effort to be a bit of an asshole. I mean, think about the whole De La Hoya situation, making it public. He's not giving me, the kind of money I deserve. Like all that shit is cornball stuff. But I really do believe, honestly, I do believe that it's sort of his attitude because, like I said, the pretty boy syndrome. When you're in a, sort of like a lion's den, and you're like the pretty guy. Yeah, everybody's looking at you. They're looking at you like they want to know if you're the softest guy there because they look at you and they automatically think that. So that's where that's coming from. He has that syndrome.
So, like somebody saying that I think I forget who said it here, but somebody said he's got a chip on his shoulder. Like he's got something to
He
prove.
does. He said it right.
truly
He
believe
said it
that.
right. He said it right, BDA, because it's true. Just think of a girl that gets all that attention. She might like the accolades, but sooner or later, man, she don't want that attention, right? And she got that kind of snobby in a weird way. So I kind of see that with Ryan Garcia. He must get tired a little bit of all that stardom too.
No, he doesn't. He likes the stardom. He just doesn't like the dudes looking at him like, motherfucker, you look soft. You know, like that.
Okay.
Because remember, boxing is a rugged. It's a physical sport. It's fighting. You're fighting. So when people look at you and you got a smooth face and all that stuff, they don't think of you as a dude that knows how to fight. You gotta show them.
Well, dude, half of his Instagram page was all homosexuals, and I'm not saying that to be funny or derogatory. Remember, dude? No, seriously, if you went to his Instagram page, right? And I did like 3 years ago when this kid first started coming around big, and I mean, basically, let's be honest, he was a joke. I mean, nobody would dare talk about him on any program with any respect without fear of getting, eviscerated. And the reason is because he made his stardom by fucking. I mean, if you went to his Instagram page, literally, I went to his followers. I go and then you hit their page. You're like, okay, there's the leather leotard and the cock rings and shit. Like, okay, and these are all like, fuck. I'm telling you, like all grown men and fetish dudes, and they're all following him because he played that up. He knew where his bread was being buttered.
He's doing it on purpose.
Exactly. Of course he was, dude. The little dancing. He was walking on his pajama pants with his junk flapping.
No, okay, wait a minute. I didn't see that. I didn't see. Wait a minute. I didn't see that.
No, dude, he was. Listen, the first video I saw, he was videotaping himself at home.
Yeah, hold on, Jimmy. Did you go to his OnlyFans page, or because I didn't see that? What the fuck are you talking about?
His Instagram page was one of the ones he just did. He's walking around with holding up the camera talking, but he's showing his whole body with his shirt off.
He's a fag,
and he's talking shit. And listen, I'm saying to myself right away, like he knows what audience he's targeting. And I even said then, I said, okay, this is making him popular now, and it's even him, but. At some time, he'll always be fighting this fucking stereotypical shit. You know what I mean?
All right, first of all,
and,
Jimmy, can you give us the link to that? That's number one, and for my archives. And number two, if he's playing up this angle of getting all the demographics, be they female, Zoomers, homosexuals, do you think if he wins, do you think he becomes, like in a couple of years, man, if he continues to win, if he wins, like I said, if he wins, that's a big if. Do you think he could become boxing's biggest star? And would that be a problem?
I think he could be. He's flamboyant. He's handsome. Remember, as long as he doesn't fuck up and get arrested, do something stupid, why wouldn't he be, right? I mean, the kid's got fucking model good looks, right? Big fucking...
Or loses,
He just had his teeth done again recently. So, yeah, no. And he's flamboyant and he's not shy. He's got all the makings if he could just keep it together. And that's what the
sport one more thing,
Jimmy, in the chat, Chunkin Charty saying don't be homophobic, Jimmy.
Yeah, don't be homophobic, Jimmy. What's the matter with you?
Somebody said that in the chat.
And I wasn't even, but I even did a fucking precursor, and I hate doing that, quantifying something, because that's not what I was doing. I was just saying that was a big part of his fan base. It really was.
Another thing, Jimmy. He's Mexican. That Mexican American. He's kind of like whitewashed. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but he's got a lot of following. He's training with the Reynosos, where the Mexican community is going to buy his pay-per-views.
But you know what? Also, remember Cameron? He used to come around here. He made a good point once. He said that the Mexicans, the baby-faced Mexicans, they have a lot of appeal with Mexican women. Like, I don't know, because they're always in a telenovelas or something, that those type of dudes get cast there a lot. But it's true that these baby-faced guys, singers and actors and all that, they get a lot of hype over in Mexico. So maybe that's what they're into, the Mexican women. I don't know. Like, usually they're into rugged men like me, like alpha males. But then on other times they're into, fucking twinks. I don't know. So, hey, why are you fuckers laughing?
Listen,
Anyways,
when you're
rugged too.
When you're
I love when you do that.
When you're like
I'm only kidding.
what most women, if you're like what most women think to be a very handsome guy like myself, what happens is when you become
What
a
a humble
fighter,
brag.
a lot of people want to
fucking recognize that's the elevated testosterone your doctor told you about, right? That's the elevated testosterone talking.
I couldn't finish it without laughing, man.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
It's
listen,
like the thing with Ryan is that he's not like he has that Latin machismo like the like the fighters of the past, the Roberto Duran, like he's more in between like a Duran and let's say Hector Camacho, the flamboyant side of it, the man side of it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I was kind of cynical about his the whole social media following, but in a way, you know what, it could work and bring new fans to boxing because he likes to talk shit about the Paul brothers, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, and maybe he's trying to steal their audience and try to watch boxing. But who knows? This could probably work if he keeps winning, and keeps winning titles.
I'm telling you, man, if he keeps winning, he
Did
probably.
he
Go ahead, Recognize.
Didn't he get into some like Instagram beef or trouble or some shit like that? Something happened.
Yeah,
with, like, a
another
shorty?
YouTuber. I think he was gonna fight
I mean,
another
personally,
guy.
I don't give a shit about it.
It was
but,
over a girl, right?
If
Wasn't
it
it over
attracts
a
like,
girl?
I don't know.
I
It
don't
looked
know.
fake.
Whatever.
It looked
You
fake.
get what
It
I'm
if
looked
it
saying,
like
attracts the basic people, like
Casual fans. I have fans who, I have friends who never watch a day of boxing in their life. Girls, like dudes, girls. I would go to his followers. I'm surprised to see people that I know personally following them, and they don't watch boxing at all. So he definitely has crossover appeals, no question. He's also talked about wanting to retire early so he could go be a movie star, just like his friends and the Paul brothers. His friends, those are his friends.
We already
Those
knew
are
that.
his peer group, his age group. He sees that all the people his age group are out there partying, like fucking bitches, being famous. He's gonna want to tap into that, and he does.
Wake your ass
So
up.
this is kind of what the younger generation are into.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen. I mean, look. I was laughing because when he says movie star, I remember like a fucking matinee movie idol or something. I don't know if he can act or not, but he certainly got outside of boxing right now. He hasn't even accomplished much, and he's already famous outside the ring. So I don't see it impossible for him to transition into something
BDA,
else.
remember when Oscar De La Hoya made an album? He did a video.
Yeah, Gonzalo
with these hands.
Gonzalo brought that up. Hey, I had the album. What?
You have the album.
Go ahead.
That'd be crazy if he gets his nose broken like Canelo Hernandez, and when he walks out of this fight, he's looking really different.
All right, hold on. We got a phone call here. 661. I think it's the last one of the night. 661. You're on the air. 661. What's on your mind?
666. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Chris from Lancaster, California. How's it going?
Good, man. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind?
Listen, I have kind of a hot take here, but do you guys think that if Ryan pulls it out from under Campbell, that he will have a better resume than Devin Haney?
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pull what out under Campbell?
I mean, Devin Haney has nobody really.
Well, actually, caller, let me ask you. Let me flip the question back. Oh, he hung up. All right, call back. Oh, actually, he can't call back because if our phone lines are done with, they're.
No, you can't come back.
2 hours. No, you can't come back. Yeah, you can. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I can't do it, Henry. Can't do it.
Yeah, I can't open up the phone.
BDA, it's like the movie The Bronx Tale when the bikers dudes go to the bar and now you can't leave.
Yeah, now you can't.
That's what I used to tell the ladies once they came into my apartment.
Oh
yeah, you can't fucking. You got a little job.
How did he not get a restraining order, bro? That's what I want to know.
Who?
Me.
Recognize.
Oh, recognize. Well, listen, recognize got
exactly right.
He's got contacts.
Got connection.
He's got contacts. Yeah. By the way, don't forget we're putting up the StreamYard link in there, so you guys can call in on the StreamYard and give us your prediction for the Garcia Campbell fight. Jimmy, I gotta ask you something. Now that I know Gonzalo brought this up about the Bronx Tale. Didn't that really happen where a couple of bikers went into a bar once in real life and it was full of mobsters and they ended up getting?
It's funny you mention that too, because that scene in the movie Bronx Tale, the dude with the red and white striped shirt, right? And he's the second one to the bar when he turns around and says, "Now you can't leave." That dude's Greg Tomey. I've known Greg for years. He's a Lynn Hell's Angel here in Lynn, Massachusetts. Half those guys were actors, and half of them, actually not half of them, just two of them were actors. And the rest were all Hell's Angels, Lynn Hell's Angels and New York Hell's Angels, doing that standard because Robert De Niro was really friendly with them.
No kidding.
That's why. But yeah, no, and
hey,
that's
Jimmy,
all,
finally.
that's a. That supposedly happened in New York, but it wasn't Hell's Angels they beat up. It was Sons of Satan. And it happened in New York, Little Italy. They showed up in a Gambino hangout. And
in Astoria.
Yeah, that really
that happened in no, not the movie was filmed in Astoria, where I grew up at. But the movie happened in the Bronx. It was based on what happened in the Bronx. They have a Little Italy in the Bronx too.
Wait a minute. De Niro, first of all, De Niro was friends or is friends with the Hells Angels? Is that what you said, Jimmy?
Very friendly with the Hells Angel, which is very odd. Yeah, it started back in the 70s. Yeah, they were very, very
Chuck
popular in the
Zito?
70s. And yes, Chuck Zito was a Hells Angel. He just actually retired because he's famous more now and is starting to run into with the club. But back in the 70s, at their height, when the U.S. culture after the end of the 60s, the Hells Angels really became super popular, and it was very chic for celebrities to hang around with them then. In fact, John Belushi was like partying with them nonstop, and became such an issue that Lord Michaels from Saturday Night Live wouldn't allow any more Hells Angels into the building because they were fucking keeping the guys up for days and shit. In fact, real quick story, Robin Williams one night at a New York nightclub made an off-color joke about the Hells Angels. The next night he was headlining at doing the Saturday Night Live, and in his opening he apologized to Hells Angels for making that remark because in the back, I guess John Belushi let some Hells Angels in the back, and they went and saw him. They didn't hit him, but they just told him, "You better make that right." And he was scared enough to fucking say it on national TV. Yeah,
you know what? If I would have been Robin Williams, not only would I have not apologized, I would have actually gone up to them and poked one of them in the chest. Said, "What the fuck you gonna do about it, man?" That's what I would have done.
But then Jagger paid him $500,000 to go away. When Mick Jagger heard they put a contract out on him, he was so scared. Back in 1970, he paid $500,000 to the club so they wouldn't kill him.
Hey, you know what I finally saw? I finally saw Whitey Bulger, Jimmy. Wow, that was
movie.
That was a fucking good movie, man. Holy fuck, man.
Anyway, you know what?
Now, which there's two of them. Which one is it? The guy with Johnny Depp playing him?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Dude, man, Johnny Depp played it good because that's a scary motherfucker, bro. That dude was scary.
Dude, he played him like that. Yeah.
What about the scene when they beat the shit out of the Italian? What about the guy that they remember the bouncer that the beginning of the movie, the bouncer that beats up that became like one of his right hand mans? Damn, I'm drawing a blank.
Kevin Weeks.
Right, there you go. Him.
Weeksy. Yeah.
Man, you know what? We gotta save this for second running, man. We gotta save this for second running because otherwise I have a lot of questions to ask too about that fucking performance. But by the way, just real quick, recognize. Wouldn't you like to see Johnny Depp play more of those type of roles instead of fucking being in?
Johnny Depp is great. Johnny Depp is great, man.
Yeah, but he keeps playing
that great. No, that would be a good second renaissance, dude.
But he keeps playing these roles where he's acting.
That fucking beating they gave that guy in the fucking in the car seems so realistic. Because if anybody ever seen like a dude just beat the fuck out of them, like they make that noise when the guy's like in total pain, he can't even react.
Well, I remember some of the things you've seen and some of the things you've seen on the internet too. I remember you told me about that. You told us about that Brazilian video you saw. I don't know what the fuck you were doing watching that shit.
Oh,
but
man,
that was
just.
You're a sick bastard.
I should have never. You know when you can't unsee something.
Right.
You know, you just can't unsee it. Once you see it, that's one of those.
Well, it's the same thing when I watch those Ryan Garcia videos that Jimmy talks about. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about there, recognize. By the way, we got Stu.
I wasn't quite trying to make that comparison, but yeah.
Well, I did. So we got Stu on the line. Stu, are you there?
Yeah, what's happening, boys?
What are you doing up at this hour?
I fell asleep and I just woke up. And,
no kidding.
Happy New Year, brother.
Yeah, I woke up, couldn't go back to sleep, so I thought I'd check my phone, and here we are.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
talking about Ryan Garcia, man, versus Luke Campbell. And the odds, by the way, the fellas, the official odds are, I think they're about 4-1 for Garcia, which some
almost 4-1, yeah.
Yeah, some boxing experts are saying that that's actually too wide. But Stu, what do you think? Does your fellow Brit have a chance to upset Ryan Garcia here? Is Ryan Garcia overhyped?
Well, I think he is a little bit overhyped in America, a little bit, yeah. Not so much over here. I think a lot of the Brits are fancying Luke Campbell in this one. It's 50-50 fight for me. But just quickly, you talked about Johnny Depp. Funny you was talking about Johnny Depp, you know, because I was watching something on YouTube. I don't know how I come across it, where apparently he sexually assaulted Corey Haim as a kid, didn't he?
Okay, wait a minute. We have to say allegedly. Because
all right then. According to Corey Haim and to Corey Feldon, Johnny Depp was a nonce. Let's just put it like that.
So he was a monster, right? He was a monster. That's how you describe it.
Wow. According to the two Coreys, according to the two Coreys, he was getting his Corey out. If you get what I'm saying.
Okay, wait a minute. Come on now. Wait a minute. Revolution.
He had a thing for Corey.
Files out there.
Revolution, help me out here.
Back to the box. It was just funny how you started mentioning Johnny Depp when last night I was just watching this about him being a nonce. Weird. But yeah, I mean the fight. The fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good fight. I mean, we're going to know where Ryan Garcia is. That's for sure. Luke Campbell is he's a world class operator. Let's be real. He is Olympic gold medal, and he's been in there some good fighters. I mean, he's given Linares all he could handle. Most people thought he could win that. Lomachenko, he's winning a few of them rounds until Lomachenko got to him in the latter round. So yeah, I mean, we'll know how good Ryan Garcia is tomorrow. Let's just say that.
I mean, you should have been here earlier, Stu, when some people were saying they were just calling in. They're like, Ryan Garcia, first round knockout. Ryan Garcia, 30-second knockout. Right?
Wait, nobody said 30 seconds.
Sorry. I just want to say
I made that one up.
Sorry, I don't want to get mixed up. I got it wrong. It was Charlie Sheen, not fucking Johnny Depp.
I was going to say.
They both look the same to me. Both look like a fucking couple of puffers anyway. So same thing. But Johnny Depp in that film was good. I mean, he played Donnie Brasco, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that was another good performance.
Yeah, I mean, so I apologise on behalf of Johnny Depp, but I won't be surprised if someone comes out and tells me Johnny Depp's the same. I mean, seems to be the criteria to be a Hollywood actor these days. But yeah, back to the boxing. I mean, it's one of these fights that I'm excited to see, because I think with Ryan Garcia we're going to know how good he is, because if he can go through Luke Campbell in style, then we've got a superstar on our hands. But if he struggles and gets a favour by Oscar on the cards, let's say, it could set him back a bit.
Well, that brings me up to a good point here, which is that Del Hoyo was saying that he thinks, I can't find the quote, but I think he said that Ryan Garcia is the best prospect he's ever had, even better than Virgil Ortiz. So, guys, do you think this is a case of Del Hoyo knowing which side of his bread to butter and wants to stick with Ryan Garcia, whom he's already had problems with, or?
Yeah. Of course.
Well, even Virgil Ortiz will tell you. Sorry, Jimmy.
No, go, Gonzalo.
No, even Virgil Ortiz will tell you that he heavily favors Ryan Garcia. I mean, I don't know. The guy's been in there with them, and he beat him in the amateurs. Whether that was true or on paper, he did. But he obviously said, Virgil Ortiz, just recently, that Ryan Garcia got heavy hands, and he's got really, really quick. We can see that he's got fast punches.
Yeah.
The problem with Luke Campbell as well, I've noticed with Luke Campbell, when you start putting it on him at a pace, he sort of crumbles under pressure, sort of thing. You know, look what Lomachenko, as soon as he stepped it into the pocket and started taking the fight to Campbell, he sort of took the fight out of him, if you get what I'm saying. And it's same with the field. I mean, I know the fight he lost to was it Mendy? Was it Mendy?
The first one. Yeah, the first Mendy fight. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Mendy. I mean, all Mendy did was just stroll forward and just throwing punches. I mean, he just couldn't cope with the pressure. Mendy was doing nothing special. He was just coming forward, letting his hands go, and Luke Campbell just couldn't keep Mendy off him because obviously he didn't have enough pop in his own shots. And in the end, he just folded under pressure. And I think that's what could happen again. I think if Garcia can come with a pace, I think it could cause Luke Campbell problems. But if Garcia's letting Luke Campbell dictate the pace, then I think Luke Campbell will win the fight.
But that's the thing, though. Garcia is not a comfort fighter like Mendy. Like if he does fight that way, it's gonna be impressive in everybody's eyes, or at least in my eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's going to be very impressive. But that's how you beat Luke Campbell. I just don't think. I mean, even Lomachenko was struggling to outbox this guy at range. Like I said, it was only when he stepped into the
tall.
pocket.
Yeah, he had the height advantage.
Of course he did. And like I
he's
said,
a fighter.
yeah, exactly. And like I said, Garcia is not exactly a schooled fighter at the moment. He's never been in there with someone that's going to bring them sort of angles and them sort of problems to him. So it's going to be a great test. I think it's a great fight for Luke Garcia. Sorry, it's a perfect fight. Good matchmaking. I think this is the fight Haney should have took instead of Haney taking all these chumps. He should have fought a Luke Campbell. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but this is a fight I really like. And yeah, it's 50-50.
I said I was excited too, Stu, for the same reasons. It's an athletic, fast twitch fighter, young, speedy hands against a fucking kid with strong fundamentals. So
that's right, man.
Let's see if it goes to.
I think it's going to be.
They're not known for fighting on the inside, but BDA, I wanted to drive this point home. You know, Campbell gets his power because when you throw your power shot, you usually throw your jab, right? Because you don't want to lunge in and you want to put that punch in front of the other guy. Ask when you throw that right hand right behind your. Well, okay, Luke Campbell left-handed. He does that. He throws straight punches, and he's paving the way to be able to open up the route as he's driving in on the inside. So he's throwing straight punches. Then finally, he'll end up throwing that left hook to the body. So that's why Oscar De La Hoya said, I want him to come to us, to Ryan Garcia, because if he comes like that, when he drops that left hook to the body, Ryan Garcia is a right-handed fighter, but really he's been knocking out guys with the lead hand. And that's where it could be a problem for Luke Campbell.
Knocking out no one that's got a gold medal around their fucking neck. That's the problem. He's been knocking out no one that's got that sort of... well, he's a seasoned fighter, Luke Campbell. Like I said, he's been in there with the best. And Luke Campbell's not going to be an easy fight for anyone. It's just Ryan Garcia. I think if Ryan Garcia tries to outbox Luke Campbell from range, I think he gets beat. He's gonna have to take the fight to Campbell.
I agree with Stu. I agree with Stu because if you look at Campbell's loss to Lomachenko and to Mendy, Linares is just a little different, right? Linares is a guy who picks his shot, boxes, but you saw how close that fight was.
Exactly.
But you got to make him fight. You got to fight back. In other words, when he's boxing, he can make moves and beat you. But when you got him fighting back, it's a different ballgame. Yep.
I agree, but I slightly disagree. Okay, yeah, he faced Linares and Lomachenko, who are great ex-world champions. But at the same time, Luke Campbell, out of the 20 fights, he lost 3, and 17 of those fights, he fought in the UK. The UK in 2013. And usually when you start off, you fight 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a year. And he's only fought 20 times, the equal amount of fights as Ryan Garcia. So what was Luke Campbell doing during the last 5-6 years if he fought 3 or 4 or 5 times during the first 2 years? He's only fought 20 times.
Let me check that out.
It's about quality, not quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
Deontay Wilder has done 42 fucking fights, 43 maybe. But how many can we say were quality fights? 2.
Who's the other quality guy? Tommy Coyle? Linares and Lomachenko. That's why I said I do agree with both of them.
Come on, man. I know we were talking about a Mexican now, and I know it gets you excited, but keep it real here. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Gonzalo, don't get him get away with that, man. Come on, come back at him.
You let him get away with that.
No, he fought Linares and he fought Lomachenko, like I said again, but he still lost those fights. And he's 33.
Yeah, but you said about Tommy Coyle. Tommy, how long was Tommy Coyle? I mean, you have to go back a long way.
That's why you mentioned he's got this great of a resume. He's only fought 20 times.
2015.
And 16 of those 20, he fought him in the UK. One, he went to Philadelphia.
So what? When's Ryan Garcia ever left America? When has he ever left America to fight anybody? I mean, you talk about resumes. Hey, who was Canelo Alvarez fighting after 20 fights? I mean, they're digging him out the fucking grave, weren't they? Get out of here, man.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not trying to make it into like an argument. I'm just saying, well, Ryan Garcia is 22. Yeah, Campbell, I'm seeing it from the boxing perspective. He's 33 years of age. That's all I'm saying. This is a young man's game, right?
Yeah, I get you. What you're saying is true, but you're talking about a resume. I mean, you're having to go back to Tommy Coyle to pick it apart. But after that, I mean, like I said, go ahead,
Stu.
No, go
I'm
ahead,
not
man.
taking it apart. I'm just saying he fought 16 times in the UK, and every time he stepped out of the UK and stepped up in competition, he's lost. I'm not knocking him for that because he
No,
scraped himself
that's
off the
hey,
canvas.
actually,
He's
that's not
tough.
true though. That's not true because he's actually lost 2 fights in the UK and 1 abroad. So that's not true what you're saying. He lost to Lomachenko and Mendy in the UK. Where he's stepped away once. He lost once in America against Linares, and most people thought he won it. So what is your point?
He's lost once against Linares, once against Mendy, and once against Lomachenko. He won
Yeah,
one
and
in
2 of them
America.
fights
That's
were in
right.
the UK. 2 of them fights in the UK. You're saying every time he steps out the UK, he loses, but he's only lost 1 fight outside the UK. That's my point.
Where did he fight Mendy? Where did he fight Mendy?
He fought Mendy in the UK, bro. I watched it.
Yeah, but he fought him. He fought him 5 years ago, the first time, Gonzalo.
Okay, the point remains that a lot of the 5 fighters that Campbell has fought are local guys from the United Kingdom, and he has only fought 20 times, and he turned pro in 2013 after garnering a gold medal in 2012. So it's
23 times, but 23 times, but
20
yeah.
or,
He's
20
had
or
23.
I think
23.
it's 20. No.
Oh, you know, okay.
I think Luke Campbell was about. I think Luke Campbell turned pro at 27, though. That's the problem. He turned pro at 27. A lot of
that's all I was saying. Yeah.
And here's that. Here's that. Hold on. Here's that.
One then.
Yeah, but here's what happened here.
Well,
Look at this.
Lomachenko's. I mean, I don't know how many fights Lomachenko had since he's turned pro. I mean, probably 17, is it? 17, 18, probably. What was he around there?
I think 16, like 16 fights.
Yeah, and I think Lomachenko's only been a pro for around that time as well. So,
well, here's
Yo,
what.
they both have 20 fights.
Hold on. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Luke Campbell fought. Luke Campbell fought 4 times. Hold on. Luke Campbell fought 4 times in 2013. I think about 4 more times in 2014. And then he started to slow down. Like, real quickly, he started fighting just 3 times a year. Garcia, on the other hand, even though he turned pro about 3-4 years later after Campbell, he was fighting about 5 times, 6 times a year, as you can see here, according to BoxRec. So that's why the numbers are comparable. But obviously, the edge in competition goes to Campbell, even though he lost to the best fighter. But I mean, look, that win over Mendy is better than anything Garcia has on his record. And he looked good in the Mendy rematch.
The rematch, that's what I'm saying. He put it right, and I think Luke Campbell, he's one of these fighters that's just had a lot of problems in his career with injuries. I mean, I know his dad died. Well, his dad was ill for a while, and I think that was affecting him. Then his dad died.
His father was ill. Yeah.
When he lost to Mendy the first time, I'm sure it was his dad, or it was coming off something. And then with the Linares fight, I felt he won that fight. And Lomachenko fight was very close until Lomachenko took the fight to him. That's what I'm saying. Boxing wise, it's going to be an hard man to outbox Campbell. He's just a tricky, rangy southpaw, and they're very difficult to beat.
Right.
I mean, you don't win gold medals if you can't box. I find with Campbell, I think he just lacks that bit of fight in him. You know, if you take it to a dog fight, I just don't think Campbell's the one that's going to come out on top in that one. So that's where we are. But yeah, I get what Gonzalo's saying. I get what Gonzalo's saying. But it's like I said, for me, I don't really look into that because I can show you fighters that fought 20 times in 4 or 5 years, but name one of them anyone knows. You know, it's about the quality, not the quantity, to me.
No, I agree, Stu. I agree. He faced it tough. The only reason I know this because I tried to do a video about 30 times, but I was drunk, and ultimately I didn't end up doing it. I did it, but I learned the stats. But I got something wrong with the fights. Instead of 20, it's 23.
I'm starting I'm scratching my head here. By the way, recognize that was a good point too. Like Campbell beat Darlis Perez as well. So that's 2 solid wins.
Yeah. I think. What did you say that the Darlis Perez that he fought was it? Which I'm not saying he was fucking great or anything, but the Darlis Perez he beat. I think he stopped him, from what I remember.
Wasn't that
a better win than anything Ryan Garcia has done?
Yeah, but wasn't that Crowler that beat? Was that Crowler? I don't think Campbell fought him. Did he? Did he fight him as well?
Let me check. Darlis Perez lost to.
I don't think so.
He lost to Gamboa. He lost to Crowler. Yeah, the first fight was a draw, and the second time he got stopped. But Crowler, Darlis Perez, you could say he's like a Jason Velez. And Garcia went.
Damn, I missed that. I didn't know. Real quick. I didn't know Luke Campbell fought Corolla. I thought they never fought.
Hey, you know what I forgot too? I forgot he fought. Campbell also fought Argenis Mendes, and Mendes dropped him. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Mendes
He did
dropped
drop
him.
him. He did.
Drop him in round. I forgot to fucking include that one in the video I did. Fuck. Argenis Mendes, the Dominican fighter, he's very
That's
quick.
my boy. Yeah. He fought. You're saying Luke Campbell?
Yeah, Argenis Mendes.
No, he didn't. He fought Algenis Mendes.
Well, that's
Algenis.
Argenis.
Wait,
that's
it's the same guy.
the fuck's going on? Yeah, it's the same guy.
What?
Why am I looking at two different spells? I've always known him as Argenis Mendes. Now I'm seeing on Boxers he's Algenis.
No, he fought.
Go back to practicing your go back to practicing your DDTs.
No, wait a minute. No, but he's got a good point. I always thought it was Argenis Mendes. Is this hey, wait a minute. Are we having a Mandela effect going on live right now?
Mandela.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, Boxer, they're always fucking everything up.
Yeah, I'm always fucking everything up. No, but seriously, I thought it was.
No. But BDA. No, Boxrick. I didn't say you. I wouldn't say that. Boxrick,
okay.
you're always getting everything wrong.
No, but yeah, I thought it was. Okay, Gonzalo, you're Mexican, so you speak Spanish too. Wasn't it Argenis Mendes? Didn't we hear that all the time?
Argenis, yes.
It says Algenis here on.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, but I didn't say that about you, BDA. I didn't say that about you. I said Boxrick.
Don't worry about it.
I think Campbell's. I think one problem with Campbell's had as well. When he started pro, he just looked a really weak guy for like 27. It's like he hadn't grown into a man. It's like Luke Campbell looked like Ryan Garcia when he was about 16 and he was like 27. It was that sort of frame where he was just growing into a man. Like Garcia at the moment, I mean, them Peds are doing a treat, and I mean, he looks like a Greek god in there at the moment. So he's starting to grow into a man and get that manpower quite quickly, and I'm sure he's getting help with that. But Campbell seemed to struggle. It took him years to actually.
No, it's all natural.
Campbell's starting to thicken out now and get a bit more pop behind his shots. Getting that man strength, you know that. As you get to a certain age, you get a man strength. Then you get to 40s and 50s, you get old man strength. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true, though.
He's got that man strength. I think he's hitting harder than he ever has done. But that was his problem when he lost to Mendy, and he was having problems in the early fights of his career because out of all the gold medals that the UK's produced, he's the one that just got away. No one really seemed to take to him that much.
I got a prediction right away. I got a prediction right now. Hold on, Gonzalo, real quick. I got a prediction. Because Campbell is a counterpuncher. And by the way, I'm looking at the Google. It's Argenis Mendes. So I think Boxrick made a mistake and it was trying to fuck us over. Okay, but anyway, Luke Campbell is a counterpuncher. He does not go for the kill. He doesn't have that in him. He's not wired for that. Garcia is a counterpuncher. He's going to try to use his speed advantage to lure Campbell in. So it's going to be a very wishy-washy affair where neither guy is really going to be letting his hands go. Stu, I don't want to hear you tomorrow or whenever the time may be after the fight saying, oh, this guy, Campbell sucks, he didn't throw any shots, because we already know he's not that type of guy.
Nah, but I'm going to say, look, I know how he fights. I know when a fighter's not giving it his all and not
he's warning you, Stu.
Yeah, I know when a fighter's not giving it all, he's not come to win. I mean, just go and look at Callum Smith's performance the other day. That's a fighter that's turned up for a paycheck to go through the motions and hopefully survive, to tell the tale. That's what that was. I mean, Campbell's not going to come. Campbell's going to come to win. That's one thing about Campbell. He's going to come to win, and he's going to give Garcia problems. Problems. Garcia looks like he's a banger at the moment. I think I think if he can catch Campbell clean, I think he could stop Campbell. But it's all down to whether he's scored enough to set up his shots and get the punches in. Like I said, these guys are not. When you step up to the world class level, these guys are not easy to get out of there. You know. They're not falling over, and they're hard to hit clean. They're seeing the shots, they're riding the shots, and they're hard to stop. So we're going to know what his power is all about. If he stops Campbell, then he's the real deal when it comes to power, because Campbell's proved that,
Yeah, I wanted to mention something, Stu. When you mentioned the strength department, something I found interesting when I was in the military. Right quick, the older you get, there's a chart. The older you get, the more push-ups you're supposed to do within like the 3 minutes that they give you, and the run time it goes down, and the sit-ups, but the push-ups they expect you to do more as compared to the younger guys. I just thought that was interesting.
Why is that? Do you know why? Or
I don't know. Maybe Jimmy knows.
What's that? A younger guy does what?
There's like a for the PT chart. there's a scale to where you got 3 minutes to do so many push-ups, sit-ups, and there's a run time like under 16 minutes. And then for the time that you turn in, according to that scale, you get the up to 100 points. Now you can get you can do like the older you get, you're required to do more push-ups to score higher on that exam, which I found interesting. The young guys, yeah, they got the advantage when they're younger, but when you get older, they don't give them the older men are expected to do equal or more. Actually, more.
Well, muscular wise, your muscular skeleton doesn't stop growing until 38 years old. You know what I mean? Like that's why your
maybe
best.
maybe that's why the heavyweights. Maybe
that?
that's why the heavyweights can still go on strong at 38, 40. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just if you're sharp one, you know what I mean. If your body can't take from the beating, but just naturally, you are your pinnacle of strength usually. Like look at all your best power lifters, right? They're all the guys in the late 30s, early 40s, because that's when they're just, you know what I mean. And same thing with Mr. Olympia. Usually, they're always the
they're world's strongest men. You know, do you ever watch that World's Strongest Men when they're pulling fucking aeroplanes and stuff like that? Those guys, they're all in their late 30s, 40s. It's very rare you see a teenager come on the scene and win that.
Yeah,
but
you can't. Your muscles would just snap.
That's what makes me think that Garcia. I think when Garcia grows into that man strength properly, he's going to be a problem, isn't he? But right now, he's still a young lad. He's not been in a situation where he's had to dig deep or he's had to think about much. Everything's gone his way. Everything's been quite easy for him, and we're going to see what he's all about on Saturday or tomorrow, whenever it is. I've lost count of when it's Christmas, I lose count, mate, because
it's tomorrow.
I just drink too much.
And I'm with you, dude. I put a lot of onus on a gold medal. To me, that's an impressive fucking feat. You're not going to show a kid who won a gold medal many tricks.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. He just hasn't become a star in the UK. I mean, let's be real. I mean, Eddie Hearn lost money on that Lomachenko fight. Eddie Hearn said he brought Lomachenko over for a treat for the fans, sort of thing. But he lost money. He said he lost money on that, and that was pay per view as well.
That's because he's a bad promoter.
So it's not just that. I think he knew he was going to lose money. Luke Campbell's just, even when you bring Lomachenko over, Luke Campbell just isn't that draw, and he's the one gold medalist we've had. I mean, when you think Amir Khan, who, let's be real, second's a failure to me. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to be a snob, but I was always brought up that second means you haven't won. And Amir Khan was Amir Khan was sent back as a national fucking hero. What for? He comes second. He lost. See what I mean? Where Luke Campbell, who wins it, gets no credit whatsoever. Yet Khan, it's because he was 17 and the BBC just love a bit of diversity in their story, don't they?
Exactly.
So that's where.
Oh, come on! Don't get Jimmy started. Don't get Jimmy started on this, all right, man.
Yeah. Jimmy's going to go on a BBC rant in a minute. Jimmy's going to go on we're going to start talking about Jimmy Savile and all sorts in a minute.
Hey, by the way, Stu, did you pay your TV tax so that you can watch TV, mate?
I don't pay it, mate. I don't pay it. Do I fuck? Well, you think I'm going to fund some paedophile ring and get out of it?
Hey, by the way, changing the subject just a little bit real quick. Recognize just put this picture up on the Discord. This is Edgar Berlanga, and he's looking like a pimp in there. Happy New Year from the Berlangas, he says, and there you see him. Isn't that the girl that Tony Soprano was fucking? The one that was also fucking Ralphie, and with the horse and all that.
I'm gonna say, we've got an Amir Khan fan in the chat saying that Khan's better than Campbell. Maybe so, but it's funny. It's always the guys with Islamic names that come to the defense of Khan.
Okay, now wait a minute. Come on, man.
I mean, it is, isn't it? Look, anyone else just thinks he's a fucking con. He's a con job. If you can't see that Amir Khan's con job, exactly. He's a con job. Amir Khan, I call him. If you can't see Khan's conning you, then you're an idiot. The guy, look when he fought Crawford. When he fought Crawford, man. I mean, he was shook to his boots before a punch was even thrown. I mean, he could barely get his words out. His mouth was that dry in the press conference. Shit his pants and found a way out as soon as he could. As soon as he felt something anywhere near the belt, he was doing the Zab Judah. Get out of here, man.
I gotta say something.
I'll tell you what, the best. I'll tell you what. My favorite Amir Khan moment was when he was sleeping on the canvas after Canelo had landed one.
Wait a minute. No, see, hold on. I gotta defend Amir Khan here. I know Stu's not gonna do it, but look, he moved up to fight Canelo. He didn't have to do it, man. He didn't have to. He moved up and he showed balls, man. He showed balls, which is more than some of these so-called pound for pound fighters don't even do it.
That's not balls. It's called stupidity. That's not balls. That's called stupidity.
Well,
where he's selling his soul.
That's for you.
I mean, he could have died that fucking night. I'm sure I saw his spirit leaving his body after that punch.
You know what, Stu? I bet you've never fought a bigger guy than you. You always pick on little guys, on midgets. That's what you do, right?
Hey, no, I like to hang outside schools in my car, starting on anyone who stares on me. Of course I don't. Come on.
Well, put it this way, you could tell Canelo actually had, like, when Canelo hit him, you could tell that wasn't fake.
Yeah, there was a moment of.
Did I kill this motherfucker?
Yeah,
Hey,
he hit him so hard.
Should have started praying.
Something Jimmy just said. He hit Canelo so fucking hard that before he went back to his corner, when he was raising his hand, he said, "Oh shit, let me go back." He literally did that. Like he said, "Wait a second, let me not celebrate a little too hard because he could be dead."
That was, but listen,
this is the thing about bravery.
He died there.
I mean, it's like when you watch these war films and you get these loud guys that just start steamrolling forward and get shot about 40 times. Are they brave or are they stupid? Because they're fucking stupid to me because I'm behind the wall, mate, waiting for the bullets to stop fucking flying before I shoot again. I'm not steamrolling forward taking bullets. Amir Khan is the sort of guy that will walk into his own demise for a paycheck. He's got that desperate. This guy went on, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, for crying out loud.
Come on. So I'm not gonna look. Gonzalo, go ahead, because I know you always most of the time defend boxers. Go ahead. Back me up on this.
I guess he always got away with it because I guess he abused his speed. He had that Tommy gun where he would load a barrage of punches, but it just doesn't happen all the time. When you don't have like the boxing skills or the strength, well, in this case the chin, you're gonna get caught sooner or later. And anyways, hey guys, thank you for having me. Have a great New Year's.
All right, wait. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Hello, be good, brother.
I gotta go to hang out with the Filipino family.
No, you don't have to do anything. You have to stay. What you have to do is stay right here while we're doing the show.
Yeah.
I want to read Ahmed's. I want to read Ahmed's response. That's what we do in the.
All right, take it easy, Gonzalo. Take it easy, Gonzalo. Thank you for joining us, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm kind of sore because the Filipinos beat me up yesterday. They hit me with sticks because I got drunk and I told them I was Eric Morales. And they got scared. They picked up a bunch of sticks and hit me on my forearms.
Wait, what the fuck?
And they called the cops and brought me home and took away the keys.
I don't even want to know.
What the he's not even kidding, man. That's the worst part. The worst part is he's not even kidding, man. All right, sorry, Stu. Go ahead, man. Read Amir's comment, man.
Gonzalo's one of them sort of guys that you see the taxi drivers beating up because in Thailand, isn't it? Because he won't pay the fees or something. But no, no, I want to read Ahmed's comment because we do like people to get their responses. Ahmed says, "Stu hyping up a dead Luke Campbell. No wonder they don't rate us in the UK." Hang on, it's just going to scroll down. Small mentality, bigging up fighters who choke on the world stage. Get out of here. I mean, choking on the world stage. Let's be real. I mean, every time Khan's been in a real big fight, I mean, I'm not saying he's choked, but he's failed to deliver. I mean, Maradona is the only time really that he put on a good show. And let's be real, he was hanging on from the skin of his teeth in that last round. I mean, his fucking legs were all over the place. I mean, even the commentators in the UK were screaming, "Hang on, Amir, hang on." They thought he was getting knocked the fuck out anytime soon, just like I did. I mean, it's always been a struggle. Look what he did with Prescott. I mean, he looked like Andrew Galotto in there when Lennox Lewis dropped him. When he was sitting there just pulling a face, didn't know what to do, man. I mean, let's be real. The world scene. I mean, he made Julio Diaz look like the resurrection of Salvador Sanchez that night. I mean, every time Diaz hit him, he was falling over. Willie Limond, 4 knockouts in 35 fights or whatever it is. Had Amir Khan all over the place, dropped him twice. I mean, come on, man. I mean, even Lamont Peterson. I mean, he got a draw with Peterson. That's one of his best performances. Couldn't even win the fight. I mean, he's ducked Brock for how many years? I mean, he's quite happy to fight He's quite happy to fight an old fucking Barrera, though. He's quite happy to drag him up from the grave. Come on, man. Don't talk about the world stage with me with Amir Khan. His title, he got that title off Kotelnik. I mean, Kotelnik. I mean, let that sink in. The weakest champion there was around at that time to take a belt off. He got that off. And then he went on to beat. And the only time he beat someone that could punch was Marcus Madonna. And well, look at the last round. So
I gotta interject
on the world stage, shall we?
Stu, I listen, you know me, I agree with you when it comes to Amir Khan. He's a bit of a goofball. I think most people can agree with that. But I mean, look, Kotelnik was no weak cherry pick. He was a silver medalist. He went the distance with Maidana. A lot of people thought he should have gotten the win over Maidana. He should have gotten the win over Devin Alexander, who's undefeated. And so, look, listen, I'm not saying Khan is a world beater and, like the Canelo of
Khan's
of
a
England.
fraud. Khan is a fucking fraud.
Oh, come on. You're going too far, Stu. You're going too far. Somebody help me out here. Somebody
Well,
get me
BDA, I just wanted to say
help
it's
you on
not
this
about
one.
being a
He
Muslim.
is a
I'm not
fraud.
anti-Muslim fighter or anything like that, because actually, back when Prince Hamid, when everybody in America, because that was like, he liked to get people to
Listen,
hate him,
mate.
you know what I mean, with his bullshit.
Jimmy,
I loved him.
same here.
I thought that kid was awesome.
Jimmy, I used to work, right? I used to do a YTS. I used to probably get like £25 a week. And I'd spend 15 of that or fucking paying for Nassim Hamid pay-per-view fights. I used to love that guy. That guy's a proper fighter. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
No, I was a huge fan, Stu.
Don't ever put Amir. All right, I know. I mean, I like the Mexicans love to bring up the Barrera fight, but I think he was past it by then. But it's still a great win by Barrera is an all-time great. We're talking about, but I mean, Prince Nassim Hamid. Don't ever put Khan on his level because Khan's just not that guy. Khan's just not that guy, man. I mean, he's got some good wins. I'm not gonna lie, but he's just done nothing special for me. Nothing.
No,
I mean,
I was
listen,
just stating that because
Khan
sometimes when
fans
you
hang
don't
on
want
to
to fight or something,
hang
you
on
might
to the
think
fact
it's
that he won a couple of rounds against Canelo. I mean, Canelo let him win them rounds. That was Canelo carrying a fight because they had the cheek to charge pay-per-view for it. So he had to carry it 3 rounds. As soon as he landed, fucking Khan's asleep for 6 minutes. Come on, man.
So yeah, it's the same. He was just figuring out his timing. That's all. He was getting his timing down.
I have to disagree here, man. Khan, I'm not saying he was a world beater. I'm not saying he was a Tommy Hearns of the England, but he got a couple of good wins. Better than what most of these, better than some of the prospects that were coming up with him, like Victor Ortiz, for example. Well, actually, Ortiz had that Andre Berto win. That was pretty good. But Khan, I mean, come on.
Ortiz would have knocked Khan out, though. Ortiz would have knocked Khan out.
He probably would
My
have.
thing is, he gets too many chances. It's like, why does this kid still demand fucking pay-per-views and demand, like now he's talking about, let's do it. Him and Kell Brook. Now it's like that fucking fight's 5 years past.
The thing
its
with
due
Victor
date.
Ortiz, I mean, when he was born, I think he had to have a heart because he hasn't got the heart of a Mexican. I think he had to have a heart transplant. They replaced it with a Frenchman's heart or something.
Come on,
a dead Frenchman's heart in there. Come on, man. That's not a Mexican heart.
Hey, you know what? I made the joke the other day because I was doing a little shtick about the fact that we reached 10,000 subscribers this year, and I was saying like how 10,000 subscribers, that's the amount of beers Bucho drinks before the show, blah blah blah. And I said 10,000 is also the number of nationalities Stu's alienated since he's been on the show. Stu, you go after everybody, the French, you go after the fucking Saudi Arabia, Poland for some reason.
No one's free from the fire. I just want to get Charlotte in here because don't like to disrespect ladies, but if the ladies want to talk with the boys, they're gonna have to fucking take the flak. She's talking about. Hang on a second, I need to go up now because he's. Oh, where's it gone?
Oh, she said Khan stopped Algeria. I mean, come on, now we really.
Yeah.
That's a decent win, but it's not.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I've lost it. Come back to me.
We had him on Queer Street too.
Yeah, Algeria had him. Yeah, listen, Khan will make you look like Tommy Hearns in there. But let's not get it twisted. The guy nobody ever really beat him by decision.
Here we are. Ortiz got battered by Madonna and Khan schooled him. I mean, that's triangle theories for a start. We don't like to do triangle theories around here because it just. I mean, you've just got to look at the Mosley, and Mayorga and who's the other one? Come on, guys.
Forrest, Vernon Forrest.
The guy beat Shane Mosley
Vernon
twice.
Vernon Forrest, yeah.
Vernon Forrest. That triangle. So that's why it doesn't work. Shane Mosley destroys Mayorga. Forrest beats Mosey twice, and Mayorga goes and destroys Vernon Forest. So the triangle theories don't really mean anything.
No, it's stupid sometimes. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it just doesn't. It doesn't work out that way. But you see, the thing about Amir Khan, BDA, the reason why nobody ever beats him on points is because they knock him out.
Who did Nassim fight? Who did Nassim fight? Apparently Charlotte was
who needs points when you can just chin check him? That's what you got to do.
That's a good point. That's a great point right there. No, but seriously, I mean, fucking Devin Alexander couldn't do it. Ketelnik couldn't do it. Maidana tried as hell to knock him out, but yeah, that win went to Khan. Who else did Khan beat that was good, man? Luis Collazo, remember that? He did better than fucking Ricky Hatton did.
Let's calm down about Madonna. Madonna lost to fucking Devin Alexander, for crying out loud. I mean, Madonna was... Let's just calm down a little bit, Madonna. All right, he gave a little good account of himself against Floyd. Still got beat. I mean, that's the worst Floyd Mayweather you're ever going to see, and Madonna still couldn't get the job done. So, Madonna's all right. He's all right, Madonna.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
all
right.
right. Yeah, he beat up Broner, but
that's what he did. He made his bones, and because everybody hated Broner so much,
he just got to
Broner to stardom.
He just got to Broner before anyone else did. That was all it was.
Madonna popped his cherry. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's all he did. He's one of them that's slimed in there before anyone else got in there. When with the girl analogy sort of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Broner, what do you guys think about the fact that now wrap your head around this? Showtime has just announced, I guess it started leaking, that they are back in boxing. In one of the first cards that they have, Mike Coppinger leaked out because he's their PBC voice on the outside. Headlining a card, a guy who hasn't won a fucking bout in 4 years, Broner, is going to headline on Showtime in February. Can you believe that?
I'm looking at it here. Yeah, Mike Coppinger via Twitter says, sources Adrian Broner slated to return in February on Showtime. Few opponents being discussed. First bout since he was defeated by Manny Pacquiao and Otto Wallin and Dominic Brazil. Heavyweight scrap is the chief support. Hey, get your Showtime subscriptions right now, baby. Go get it, fellas. You don't want to miss that event.
How can Steven Espinoza take that serious? Like, how can Steven Espinoza say, like, know what this is? Know what it is? Now think about it. If you just do the math, all you got to do is just add up his recent paydays. Every payday he's taken in his, I believe his last 3 fights would have been substantially more if he would have fought him 1 year sooner. Meaning, like Pacquiao, he fought Pacquiao. No, did he fight Pacquiao? Right?
Broner, yeah,
Pacquiao beat him up.
Yeah.
But remember, 3 years earlier, he was offered $3 million more to fight him, and he turned it down. But the big catch is he was offered $40 million for an 8 or 10 fight deal with Rock Nation when they were throwing big money around.
Jay-Z.
He got Cotto, remember? Yeah. Cotto got $60 million for 8 fights, or some ridiculous number.
Yeah, I think
Cotto turned it down.
Yeah, and then Cotto decided that. Go ahead, you cut out, Jim. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I'll finish right now, Stu. If you added up all his earnings since then, and he has no outside money, no fucking endorsements, just his earnings, his purse earnings, he's left. I think somebody just recently tweeted out $26 million on the table. So fucking Heyman must get that call all the time when he's got because he's had creditors, I guess, calling him, and he's had jewelry people looking for him, Broner. So money's tight. So he's probably calling Heyman, "What the fuck, man? If I would have taken that deal you told me not to take, I'd have $26 million more in my bank account." So I think right now they're appeasing him, because what other reason would they give a dude who hasn't won in 4 years? And that's my thing, Stu.
People don't realize Jay-Z and Al Heyman's beef goes outside of boxing. They're competitors, and they also got beef too. Like, Beyonce was managed by Al Heyman, and I think Beyonce and their little group ended up suing her own dad and Al Heyman for some. I think they were stealing money from them.
Oh,
I don't remember exactly, but it was something to that effect.
Jay-Z. Yeah, he needs to stick to producing Beyonce's music videos. Boxing's not for him. I mean, to offer Adrian Broner that sort of money and think you're going to get anything in return, you must be insane. Let's be real. He paid Cotto a deal, and when you looked at Cotto, every time you saw Cotto, you didn't even know if he had another fight in him. So I can't believe he gave that sort of contract to Cotto, because Cotto was at the end of his career. All right, he was still looking
$60 million.
Yeah, Cotto was a draw. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he's going to get 60 million back out of the guy.
And it was
He's got to
guaranteed
win
money
this
too,
fight.
brother.
That's
It wasn't
guaranteed
tied
money.
into bonuses. It was straight guaranteed money. So there's no questions asked. And he even said in his tweet, under advice of Val Heyman, my fucking man, I'm not taking this deal. So straight up right now, no bullshit. Side with Heyman costs him right now $26 million. Never mind, even as bad as Wilder. Wilder's got about fucking 60 million still on the books that he was offered by DAZN and he didn't take it.
Well, now, let me add this.
To be fair, now I see why he didn't take it, because he'd have got fucking, he'd have got put in there with good guys, and maybe.
But can I add something? Can I add maybe the logic of offering Broner that much money is because there was a time, and he probably still is, one of the biggest rating grabbers in boxing. Even though he hasn't done much, he can. When he comes back, people watch for some reason. Maybe it's because they want to see him lose, whatever. But he can still pull off the ratings. So maybe that's the reason why they offer him that much money.
No, but I don't even think Broner's got that effect anymore. I think when people have just had enough, people just turn off in the end. It's like when someone.
This one will show a lot. This one will show a lot because he's headlining it. This is all on him. He's fighting a nobody. So everybody else recently, if they go by his numbers, it's because he fought Pacquiao.
Well, yeah, Broner's a number two. Broner's always a number two. Broner's always a number two on them big cards. Well, when has he ever really been the headliner?
I like when people say Broner has an amazing resume. I'm like, dude, he lost to other people.
This is what I mean about resumes. We need to put this right. You can't just say he's got a good resume, and then when you look at it, he's lost every one of the big fights. That's like saying fucking Chizora's got a good resume.
Hey Stu, who's better, Khan or Broner? Who did more in their career?
Oh, Khan's better than Broner. But I mean, is this the levels we're talking here? I mean, are we scraping the barrel that low?
Yes, we are. I mean. Yes, we are.
I mean, that's a terrible guy to put Khan up against, isn't it? Because Adrian Broner's been just an epic foul. And when Broner knocked out DeMarco, I actually thought Broner could go on to be something special, but he went backwards for me. I mean, I had him losing the Ponce De Leon fight. I remember watching that years ago. I had De Leon winning that, and he just started. Yeah, and it's just every time he's in a big fight, what he'll do, what Broner will do, he'll go in there and try not to get hurt, throw barely any punches, like throw the fight away basically, and then in the 11th and 12th round, he'll start looking good and start throwing shots, so people think he's still got something. So he sort of cons his way into the next fight. He's got no stomach for it because the talent's there. He's a very talented guy, Broner. When he's throwing combinations, he's beautiful to watch. But very rarely does he do it. And it's every fight he's in, he always looks. Even the Madonna fight. I mean, when he stepped up to start putting on Madonna, he could have got Madonna out of there just far too late. And this one, he just cons his way into a next fight for me.
And there's another fighter who should have never went to 147. That was another mistake. He just was too lazy to keep the weight off. And remember, his amateur career, and including all his best wins, he was always the bigger guy.
Huh. That's a good point, man.
That's why he stepped up and started facing bigger guys. His style wasn't applicable.
Well, he was. That's true.
That's why he
if I remember right,
130.
Yeah, and if I remember right, Broner was fouling weight quite a lot. At the time when he was beating these guys, he was struggling at the weight. He was foul. I remember one fight. He turned at 140. I think. Do you know what I mean? When he's meant to be fighting at 135. So that's how much he was struggling at the weight. It's only when
he's literally the definition of a fucking clown. A guy that got skills. He's pretty good, but he's just a slob. Like he's just a fucking slob, man.
Well, you just got to look at Broner's dad to know what Adrian Broner's going to be like when he stops boxing. When he starts, staying out the gyms, he's going to blow up quickly. But Broner's a very like Brandon Rios, destroying everyone when he was much bigger than them. As soon as he started fighting guys his own size.
He's the kind of guy that has 8 kids from 6 different women. And let's say, for instance, if you said, "Yo, don't you think that's kind of stupid?" His response is, "Don't get mad because I can make more kids than you."
Oh, come on!
I'm like, yo, dumbass! I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Recognize.
I wouldn't. Hold up. Let me just say, I wouldn't do that if I could, which I could, but I could never do something stupid like that.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Like I said, I said this the other night, but Broner's the same. He's the sort of guy that would plug out your life support machine to charge his phone, isn't he?
That's a good one. Listen,
he
Andrew
has 9 brothers
guy,
and sisters, and I believe there's like 6 or 7 different fathers. Man, it's crazy.
Jeez,
His own family growing up.
He's the kind
And
of
it's
guy.
the same thing with him. He has 8 children with 5 different fucking mothers.
6.
6. That's disgusting, dude.
Yeah,
That's
he got 6,
disgusting.
yeah.
How
Dude,
are you
he's
gonna
the kind of
judge another
guy
man?
that you'll be like, let's say you're an older guy. I'm in my 50s. I got 3 kids. Dude, I'm 28 and I got 10. Like,
Yeah, that's insane.
Because you're stupid. You're dumb. That's why you got 10 kids.
No matter what you think, you can never give those kids equal fucking. They're all in different homes, dude. Most of them. Somebody's gonna, at least 3 of those kids are gonna feel like their father never loved them. They're gonna be all fucked up. I know some people listen to the show don't care, but I'm saying as a man, you don't spread your seed around without thinking of the consequences. Some of you guys have kids. You know what it takes to fucking raise 1 kid. Never mind. It's 5. Mention 5 mothers.
I want to pick some. I want to pick this. I want to pick some weed up from this guy in it. One of his apartment. He's got about fucking 6 kids running around, right? And he's living in this small apartment, man. He's got no fucking car, right? He's got what for, man? These kids are gonna have no quality of life, and just because you're just irresponsible, man. I mean, I feel irresponsible because I've got 4. Do you know what I mean? And but at least I pay for mine. Do you know what I mean? But it's to think that I'd want to go around to fucking getting every girl I sleep with pregnant. I mean, just the thought of it makes my stomach curl. Because some of these nutcases I've been with, they'd cause my life a misery. So I just don't know why these guys do it, man. I mean, look, to sit there and be proud of it as well. Yeah, I've got 10 kids.
Culturally acceptable, dude. They actually have a term for it. You have so many fucking baby mamas because you don't want to fuck up their names. So that's the reason why the term baby mama came around. Because if you have 5, 6 different women with your kids, you don't have to remember their name. You know what I mean? It's
you can be like baby mama.
Yeah, you motherfuckers are judging. You guys are judging something. You guys are judging something that you don't understand. You gotta respect beautiful black Nubian queens. Now you gotta respect beautiful black Nubian queens. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know their struggle. So shame on you fellas for
besmirching you got a good point. If they're dealing with him, as
Butcher been getting to you, PDA.
What was it when Butcher kept saying in the chat on the post-fight Callum Smith Canelo show, he was kidding around saying, I'm scared. Stu goes off on him, goes, Butcher, you're such a fucking snowflake. Butcher just exploding laughter.
I love Butcher. Do you know what? Butcher, he's one of my favourite people, but he is a snowflake. He's a right snowflake sometimes.
Well, Butcher went to the London School of Economics, so blame your educational system.
We breed them over here, snowflakes. We're fucking making them in factories over here. I mean, if you want to find a snowflake,
really go there?
They're fucking everywhere.
No, Jimmy, come on. Anyway.
Oh no, I didn't know, man.
No,
he speaks French. He speaks fluent French, Italian,
Italian. That's Mandarin, Cantonese. Okay, hold on. Before we continue here, because we gotta go soon. Butcher will probably. I don't want to put Butcher on the spot, but we're probably gonna be doing a show tomorrow before, because I think the fight's starting early tomorrow. The Ryan Garcia fight, I think it's like the main event actually starts at 8 or 9 or something like that. I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Before we do that...
Starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then, I would say like around 8, they should be fighting.
Whoa. So why are they doing it so early, though? That's interesting.
Because it's because of COVID restrictions, probably. Things usually have to shut down by a certain time.
COVID.
Yeah, MUH COVID. Yeah, but wait a minute. This fight's taking place in Texas. They're pretty. I mean, there's going to be a crowd and everything, or maybe that doesn't happen.
Texas is popping, man. Texas is popping. That's where you're going to see a lot of fights happen now.
That's right. They're going to be doing good. Well, not necessarily good business because, I mean, it's a limited capacity, but at least Texas, you got to hand it to Texas. That's why all these people are moving over there. All these Californians. Anyway, I don't want to get into a rant. Revolution, you went
to... If I was to move to the States, that's where I'd move to somewhere around there. Texas.
So would I, man. So would I. Actually, I'd stay far away from San Antonio. I'd stay away from San Antonio, though. You don't want John Gonzalez knowing where you are, man.
I'd rather go to fucking Basra than go to California. You know what I mean?
To Basra. All right, Revolution.
Yeah, Iraq.
Oh, Iraq. Jeez, Luis. Revolution, you wanted to say something before we go?
Yeah. 2 little quick things. First, recognize this is just some dumb shit I remembered you said a while ago that I thought of.
Also, it's dumb, so you thought of recognize?
Yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate
my pops,
that.
check it out. My pops is like a chronic word mispronouncer, right? Like he'll just fucking say a word wrong forever, no matter how wrong, like how many times you correct him. And this whole time this fucking pandemic's been going on, he's been calling coronavirus carnivorous. He's like, oh yeah, you know,
carnivorous.
He got sick. He got the carnivorous.
Are you serious, man?
Hey, son, Revolution. I got that carnivorous.
Oh, he's sick with the carnivorous.
Hey,
but you know what that made me think of? Recognize it was a callback to. Wasn't there some guy that you were talking to? And he was talking about Pacquiao. He's like, oh, the Chinese guy Parquet.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, the fucking amount of sheep this COVID, mate, has brought the sheep out. Even my brother. I rang my brother. I said, "Yeah, it's Christmas. I'm going to come and see you because I don't want anyone in the house. Just leave it to another time."
I got family members like that, Stu. I'm
like, what the fuck? I couldn't even go and get my present off him because he wouldn't let anyone near his building. Do you know what I mean? He's sitting there on a voice. I bet he puts his mask on when he's on a voice call and when he's on a video call. Do you know what I mean?
Stu, let me ask you, brother: is he a very motivated dude, or is he somebody who would rather just chill?
My brother is so horizontally laid back. He's a total opposite to me. You'd never know it as my brother. He never loses his rag. He's always calm. He's always stoned though. That's the problem. But he's a worker.
But dude, that's the type of people who are pushing the COVID because it's not a cramp to their lifestyle. It's the people who are outgoing and fucking have a normal life.
Yeah.
That's why. So it's depressing when you find it somebody you know, but they're just going in because it's convenient to their lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, he smokes that much fucking weed. He's always ill, isn't he?
He doesn't want to deal with anybody.
He's got COVID.
You know what's been good too? You know it's been good too, Stu?
Excuse not to deal with life.
People that are very antisociable and don't like when people are out and they're having fun. It's like a depression almost. So they don't like that shit for whatever reason. And shit libs, like they always virtual signaling. Like my sister. Me and my sister got into the biggest argument over this shit because she was banning her kids. Like her kids they're young adults already. They're young adults and they're like, oh, don't go to your uncle, me.
Yeah, I recognize. I'm not seeing my. Yeah,
because you could bring COVID over here. So me and her are arguing, and she's like, I could see that she's real serious. So I was like, you know what, fuck you, and I just hung up on her. I was like, don't fucking call me again ever.
You told your sister. Wait.
Hey,
you told your sister, "Fuck you, don't call me."
I've not seen my sons. Hey, I've not seen my twins. I've got twins, haven't I? I've not seen them for like 7 weeks. She won't let me see them. She's got in her head that they'll get COVID. She's another fucking sheep. So I've not seen my sons for like 7 weeks because of this fucking COVID.
I don't know if you guys can see the screen.
I can't even get my car washed. They've stopped the car washes from working. I can't even get my fucking car washed.
I don't know if you guys can see the screen on I'm sharing a photo here. Like, they keep saying that hospitals are overflowing. And look at all these. That's what you do when it's a war zone, right? You start dancing and making TikTok videos and.
Yeah,
fucking,
great point.
Yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Anyway, listen.
I got one more thing too. One question, quick, because y'all are fucking bunch of grown ass men, and I'm crossing over. I'm 30 this year, and y'all are older, and I'm in a situation.
I'm not old. Go ahead.
I'm about to be 30. It's a big fucking jump. Check it.
It's great years too.
Thoughts?
Where you go with this revolution? Go ahead.
Thoughts, words, anything, any advice, any ideas, whatever. On being an old man in your 30s or older.
Listen.
And fucking with 18.
Listen.
Fucking with 18, 19-year-old broads.
All right, well,
listen, I tell you what, mate.
Stay away. I'm hesitant.
Revolution. Honestly, when you hit your 40s, you'll get more women than you ever got.
Exactly.
Trust me. If you keep yourself groomed well, dressed well, and obviously, if you look like a fucking Trump, it's not going to happen.
It's experience.
Honestly, when I hit 40s, I started getting younger girls after me. as well. They see a mature man, don't they? Sort of, and when they look at me, they see a true alpha as well, so that helps. But no, jokes aside. But yeah,
let
me tell you something, Revolution.
I get more younger chicks now in my 40s than I did in my 30s. Weird.
Go ahead, Jim.
When it comes to age, man, seriously, just remember this, right? How old? Listen, keeping our birthdays and age. This is a recent historical thing. We just started doing this like 150 years ago. Before that, man, because you just lived, you hope you didn't die by dysentery by 23 years old. So look, age is just a number, dude. If you think about it, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? It's just a number, dude. It's a train of thought. The body born, and we start to die right after we're born. We hit our peak, and when our body starts to die, you just live it. Don't get caught up in age bullshit. Don't fuck girls.
But I still do think though. I still do think like diet is very important, and obviously,
of course.
I mean, like, it's just like a bit of an analogy with a dog, right? When I was younger, dogs used to live like 8-9 years. That's max. You got my dog's like 14 now. I've seen dogs running around 16, 17. These dogs are living a lot longer because you give them proper food and stuff, and they live longer. The food back then was crap. So it's all about the sort of food you got to watch what some of these foods are, especially this processed food. You're not going to live long eating that all your life, and takeaways and stuff. You got to eat fresh food. That's the good thing about living in the countryside.
How long you had that dog still?
14 years.
The whole life since he was a puppy.
Yeah, since his puppy, the guy's 40, and he's still going strong now.
Dude,
he's going strong now, mate. He's still got. Yeah, but 14, 15 was unheard of when I was younger. Dogs were dying at 7 or 8. It's all to do with the diet.
Dude, that's crazy.
I mean,
Revolution.
That's the good thing about living.
Revolution. Here's the thing.
That's the good thing about living in the English countryside because
let me
you've got a lot of fresh
Revolution
food.
a little bit of advice about being. Here's the key: when you're in your 30s, right? When you're in your 30s, that's when your brain matures, and if you take care of your body and you take care of your health, everything blends in. Everything starts working together. Especially when you start hitting, I want to say 34, 35. That's when you start really getting women. If you really just listen to them speak, you get the gist of them, and then you're able to pick them off like that.
That's a good point.
But here's the key. When the key is when you're talking to women, don't tell them straight off the bat, yeah, I'm 34, I'm 35. No. You talk with her, you make her feel comfortable, and then you let her ask you, how old are you? And you kind of like chuckle a little bit and say, yeah, I'm in my 30s.
And don't be a simp either. Don't be going
No.
buying,
You disgusting.
loads of
Listen,
drinks
a girl looking for you, a young girl looking for you is for two reasons. If you got a girl in her 20s, in her early 20s looking for you, and you're in your 30s, right? And you kind of appear to be in your 30s because you're very mature looking or whatever.
Right.
She's coming for you for two reasons, okay? Because she thinks that you're financially stable, all right? And that you're going to teach her something. But if you fail those two things, and she will use you and make you a simp, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
Don't ever be a simp. Don't ever sell yourself out to the simp.
Girls don't like simps. Listen, this is what I've learned. Women do not like simps. They do not like the nice guy. They like the dangerous guy. Look, man, I love my wife. My wife knows that 7 years ago, just up to 7 years ago, I was a dangerous motherfucker. And that's the reason why she loves me.
Yeah. Hey, that's true, though, recognise what you say, because I've got a girlfriend, sort of like a mate that's a girl, yeah. And she was ringing me up, and she's seeing this guy. And he started giving it the tears and crying and all that soppy bollock stuff, right? And she was like laughing about it to me, saying, "What a fucking simp, man!" She goes, "It put me right off him." She goes, what a real man, not some fucking guy that's going to cry on my shoulder every time he's upset. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what, man? Go ahead, Sue.
Go ahead. No, I'm finished. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was going to say, for everybody who's interested in more of this, check out the last episode we did of Second Renaissance last week. Jimmy and Recognize were and myself and Revolucion and Bucho, we were there, but it was mostly Jimmy and Recognize told some very poignant stories about pertaining to the subject at hand. One in particular was Jimmy slapping a guy in front of his girlfriend. Well, Jimmy was with his girlfriend and her friend, who was with her boyfriend, and some guy came out, started talking shit. Jimmy slapped him. The other guy didn't do anything. So then, long story short, Jimmy goes back to the apartment. He's got his girlfriend and her friend. The guy's nowhere to be seen, and all of a sudden, his girlfriend's friend wants to fuck him just based on the fact that he stood up to somebody, slapped it, the bitch slapped him. So.
And exactly, dude, how it went down. Yeah. Her boyfriend was, we weren't friends. Her boyfriend, I want to state that, dude. I only met him one time and he was a douchebag. Cape Cod, rich kid from a millionaire family. She came from a wealthy family. I was on a Harley. I told her I was all jacked up. Kid at a bar, ran his mouth. I slapped him. Anyways, a week later at my girlfriend's bachelorette party, she had passed out and I showed up after when they were home. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I walked in the bedroom. My girl let her give the bedroom to sleep. I don't know why. I went in there and man, bang all over me. She was down in her drawers, man. I'm telling you, fine as shit. She was calling a man a fag. And I was asking, why are you doing it? She's like, you see that fag didn't even do nothing but look at the top of his shoes. Yeesh. And I couldn't believe it. Like, this girl came from big money and she was fucking smoking hot too. But
nothing will turn like Reckon I said, nothing will turn a woman off more than a simp and a guy who keeps like if you're gonna go with number one thing, if you're with a woman and she says let's go see a movie, do not tell her what do you want to see. Fuck that. Take the church. It's a test. It's one of the oldest tests in the book, and people continue to fail it.
You decide.
And if you have to ask her, if you have to ask her she's having a good time, you're losing. No matter where you live, that bitch, no matter where you go, that's the place to be. Remember that too. Very important. I don't give a fuck if you're at a funeral. That's the place to be.
That's right.
Exactly. When girls come round mine and watch movies, mate, Casino, Goodfellas is going on. You think I'm putting Pretty Woman on or something? Officer and
Yeah, man, exactly.
Exactly.
But by the way, this all started because we gotta go, but Revolution, this all started. Are you banging an 18-year-old, or are you considering banging it?
No. There's just I got one in my scopes. I'm setting the traps and I'm feeling it out, and I'm like, I'm just a little.
Long as she's legal.
Headaches, you know what I mean?
Is she legal, brother?
Yes.
Sounds like we got fucking never.
But fucking dude.
Jimmy's a beast, right?
We work together, so we gotta be a little sneaky, maybe with that too.
That's half the fucking listen. That's half what's driving it, dude. The sneaky shit. I'm telling you, that's behind it all, dude. Just get it out of the way. As long as she's legal. Right. Hey, if this fucking if they're old enough to bleed, they're old enough to butcher. I mean,
wait a minute.
I bet Revolution. I bet Revolution's going to slime his way in with a pizza. I bet Revolution's going to slime his way in with a pizza, isn't he?
No.
I mean, he's going to pull on pizza.
Jeez.
It smells.
Revolution, when I got a delivery,
What's the problem? She's legal.
I'm just thinking,
Revolution.
The fucking headaches.
Revolution. If you get her,
necessary bullshit, just
is she the boss's daughter?
You gotta convince her. You gotta convince her. Whatever you do to her, whatever you do with her, she needs that. You gotta convince her. That's what she needs.
That's right. The best line the best line I ever heard was when somebody said the best line I ever heard.
Recognize you sounded like so the way you said that.
You sound like a pimp, right?
No, but it's true. But it's true because somebody once said that. Hold on. Somebody once said, "Look, listen. When my girlfriend likes everything I do until I stop doing it," meaning. It's my show. It's your carnival. It's your barbecue. You run it. All right. So stop it. By the way, this is if you want to
recognize reminded me a bit like fucking Danny Glover in The Color Purple, right?
Say that again. I heard you, but say it again. What is it?
I said whatever you do with her, whatever that is, make sure that you convince her that she needs that. That's what she needs.
She needs it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this is what when you go up to a girl.
Sorry if I've been talking.
Sorry about that, Jimmy. Sorry, man.
When you go up to a woman,
dude, so if I've been talking over, sorry.
Listen, when you go up to you go up to her and ask, just be succinct and direct, man. This is what you got to say.
Beautiful set of tits. How about you let me fuck them?
Let me tell you something. That's gonna work out for sure, man. And then it's essentially.
He's a funny kid, dude. Listen, make a chick laugh. Stu will tell you. Anybody here who's a player. Look, and you can be as macho all you want, right? That can only take you so far. Eventually, you're gonna be alone with a chick.
Right,
but listen, you make a woman laugh, you drop her guard. Anybody after laughter, it melts all shit away.
Oh, Jimmy, that's so true. Listen, mate, Jimmy, I'll fucking joke my way into a few pairs of panties.
Of course, dude. You make a woman laugh, dude. You're fucking halfway there, kid.
Stu, you want to know something for real? This is how funny you are. This is a testament, man. I got a friend. I'm always texting him one-liners out here, and when you said that shit, what he'll unplug. He's the kind of guy to unplug your life support to charge his phone. I fucking texted that to my boy. I was like, yo.
That is some funny ass fucking shit right there.
This is what we're gonna be. This is what we're gonna be hearing from Revolucion one of these days when he forgets to mute his mic.
You like that fucking tight asshole? You like that fucking tight 18-year-old asshole, huh?
All right, you don't forget to mute your mic there, Revolucion. Well, listen, fellas. Tomorrow, most likely, a post-fight show. I don't know about the pre-fight show, but the post-fight show, definitely for the Garcia-Campbell fight. That's going to be a good one. We got to do a second Renaissance very, very soon because I want to talk about some of the shit that's been going on in New York. I want to hear from Recognize. He's our inline expert when it comes to the chaos that is ensuing in New York. It's nothing super, super major yet, but it looks like it's getting worse and worse, man. So we're definitely going to talk about that. And anything else you fellas want to talk about as well? Obviously, it's second. Yeah.
Can I just say one more thing, dude, and I'll hang up. I just want to give my boy one more thing advice. Very, very important when it comes to chicks. Is make them laugh, self-deprecate a little, but be macho. But at the same time, but listen, ask them a question and let them give you the whole answer. And that's just listen. Trust me, that's simple little shit, dude. And you're in like Flynn.
Yeah,
anyways,
that's
guys,
just how, I've been told by a few girls they hate it when a guy just always makes it about themselves, always talks about themselves. Don't give them a chance. Girls like to open their fucking heart out, don't they? I mean, half the time I'm just sitting there listening through one ear and then watching the football and the sort of thing. But you still got to pretend you're listening, don't you? At least.
You know what?
It's a
With
skill,
girls,
man, it's a skill. You got to remember certain little buzzwords. So you
Hey, I switch. Hey, I've got. It's a very good skill to have with women. When you around them too much, you learn to just switch off, don't you? Where you pretend you're listening, but you have no idea what they're saying.
Just stare them in the eye, right, Stu? Listen, when a girl talks to you too, right, brother? Very seriously look them in the eyes to the point it almost makes them uncomfortable as they're talking to you. I'm telling you.
They like all that shit, all that weird shit.
Exactly,
half the time they want you to fucking.
I've cultivated it.
Jimmy, half the time they want you to fucking strangle them when you're banging them, don't they? They're fucking weird.
Dude, I'm telling you that look at them in the eyes, and if you don't really just blink, but just really give them a look in the eyes, and trust me, as they're talking to you, they're thinking, "Wow, this motherfucker's looking right through me." So it makes you seriously, dude.
Jimmy, I bet you're like fucking John Travolta on the dance floor, aren't you? Looking in their eyes and all this stuff.
I could dance. Hey, listen, kid, I'm not gonna lie. I could dance like a motherfucker.
I bet you can.
I could dance.
I bet you like. I bet you like a fucking prime John Travolta, aren't you?
I used to fucking do the cardboard on the sidewalk bullshit.
Listen,
webcam dance off this year. It's happening. Webcam dance off on the BDA.
Fellas, just to announce to everybody, tomorrow there will be a post-fight show. So there is a post-fight show.
There you go. So
Come
also
in like the fucking cop of the show, just hey, everybody, calm down.
Don't worry about it. The proper etiquette when you're having a threesome is to give orders, be succinct, be assertive.
Get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your asshole. Get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your asshole. Okay. Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
All right, hold on a second. Play.
Just ask you if it's only one girl. Just make sure your boy's not a sprayer. Because if he is, tell him to fucking aim that shit elsewhere.
Oh, jeez, Louise, what the fuck, man? That sounds like it's coming from experience.
Don't even my direction.
Stay, listen. We'll get into it another night. I ain't lying because that did happen right up my right arm.
Yeah,
I was from behind. Dude, we turned this chicken. Dude, we had this chicken. We made her a fucking like a spit. You know what I mean? She was like the pig, and my boy just over her shoulder, right up my arm. I was like, "Wow, dude!" He was cool. He went and grabbed my sock and took.
Tell that bitch lick it off. Tell that bitch lick it off.
Hey, I was balls deep. I really at the point. I didn't. To be honest, I was at that point. I didn't give a fuck, but I would have wiped it all up on his coat after.
Hey mate, I don't even like sharing my fries with another man. Never mind a woman. Get out of here, man.
Oh, well, she was a pig, dude. She was that. I don't want to say where it was at, but it was one of those chicks kind of comes by a clubhouse and just, you know what I mean.
Hey, you know what, man? Listen, if all else,
hey, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
If all else fails, just
wife
become
sheep and is this that type of girl.
Revolucion. If all else fails, if all else fails, just tell the woman you're a Muslim and that you're a terrorist and that you're gonna blow yourself up in 3 days. They love that's the ultimate bad boy, man. So just don't go around blowing yourself up. For Allah Akbar! What's that?
I don't know.
The Boston Marathon bombing terrorist guy. Yo, he had a lot of followers.
That was wasn't that the fucking
Revolution.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, BDA? He pretended he was a fucking spy, but he was a used car salesman.
I haven't seen that one.
Revolution. The way you're looking, bro. The way you're looking lately, bro. You should just go and hang outside Berkeley. You'll get a few of them weirdos.
Yeah.
You really didn't see that?
I'm
movie,
gonna.
Put it right between your
I'll make a little
It'll be a nice-
soon in my wrestling garb, and yeah, my
Revolution,
one of
you're
them
from.
weirdos.
Let me see those tits.
Revolution, you from Connecticut, man. You should be getting a lot of girls over there. There's some cute.
Well, Triple H is from Connecticut, isn't he? Yeah,
Connecticut bitches,
I'm sure it's
dude.
the same person like that.
How many cocks?
Connecticut girls are either fucking there's a lot of wealthy chicks in Connecticut. You got to come really kind of straight with them.
Prissy bitches, a lot of
blue blood girls.
It's very liberal here, you know.
Fucking your daughter.
Like girls get weirded out, like, oh, you're hitting on me. I'm at my job, and you can't hit on me here. You know,
But the thing is with this COVID thing. But this COVID thing makes it very hard. When you're single, it makes it very hard to go out and meet new women, isn't it? You got to go through your fucking old Facebook list that you've girls have already gone through. And you got to ring them about that. All right, let me get on. Just want to see how you are. You can't meet new girls. You go out in the clubs. The clubs are not open. The bars are not open. It's just been a real shit year, isn't it?
A girl really actually said that to you. You can't hit on me. I'm here at my job. Like she was getting all liberal about it.
No, but she just, you know.
Tell her, say to think I was gonna hate fuck you too.
I live right around Yale.
Oh my god, dude, that's bad.
Oh, you are in the fucking the heart of fucking liberalism.
He's like in fucking Hamburg, Germany during World War II.
Yeah, it's like
he's so deep behind enemy lines, this motherfucker.
All right, fellas, we gotta go, man. I'm trying to play my reservoir of sound effects here to get us off the show.
Our Canadian brothers got to go to sleep. All right, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Listen,
all you guys. Good night, man.
Butcher just confirmed tomorrow post-fight show, so be there or be square.
Post-fight.
Yes, post-fight. So thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate everybody on the panel, everybody who called in, everybody on the StreamYard. I gotta get a better schedule or a better formatting for these call-in shows because I want to get everybody's voice in here. I want everybody to call in, so we're gonna be doing that. But thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. Before we go, let me give a shout out to the people who donated the super chat: Lobito, aka Gonzalo. Shout out to Gonzalo and Tony Boswell for the contributions. Thank you guys. You keep the gravy train rolling. Don't forget, you can also do that via the PayPal page or the Patreon page. Tomorrow, post-fight show, second Rennie, one of these days. We got to get back to it, man. And I want to do more second Rennies more often too as well. Especially, I think there's going to be a bit of a drought after this fight. A couple of good ones in February and March maybe, but slim pickings for the most part. So second Rennie. Perfect opportunity for a second Rennie. So anyway, fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. I want to give a shout out to... who do I want to give a shout out to? Zidane Zulu, Stu for dropping by. He was in the chat as well. Chats Ford Gallery, Assad R. Who else here? Uncle Burnt Apostrophe, Welsh Woody, Brandon White, Elias Tufexis, Uncle Burnt Apostrophe, King Mob was in the house as well. Shout out to him. Charlotte Harrison, Chats Ford's Gallery, Cthulhu Sees You. Everybody that dropped in earlier as well. Sorry if I didn't get to your names. Stephen Schneider. Shout out to Stephen Schneider. Tarvis the Chimp. Friendly Fire. And, if I forgot anybody, guys, we got to go. But thank you for joining us. Catch you tomorrow. Have yourself a good night.
Just the boxing.